Kaotic Deportes.
There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God.
Mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. What is up? What is up? What is up?
That's the way to start it.
That is the way to start it. I don't understand a breakfast with no hog, personally. I know some vegetarians out there, honey. But, geez, how do you start breakfast without hog? So, you got to have bacon, ham, or sausage. One of the three.
I mean, all we have...
Yeah, says the Jew. Says the Jew. What is up, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thanks for joining us. This is Kaotic Deportes. This is our first show since the Super Bowl. First show, I think, since the NFC, the championship weeks, because we couldn't come because our teams were playing that evening, and Super Bowl, obviously, So B and I were here the week in between, and so we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about the NBA trade deadline, the Lakers' big move, picking up MM and RB. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And just getting blown out again today.
We're getting blows. We got blowed out. But they did get blowed out by the Philadelphia 76ers, who look like an actual formidable team again.
Yeah.
Now that their starting five is actually fantastic.
I actually watched...
I want to say their starting five might be better than the Golden State starting five.
It's not.
Oh, it's not. It's not, apparently. But that microphone's not on either. So
just to be fair, though, I think it wasn't today's 76ers game. I think it was Thursday or something, Wednesday or Thursday. Right. That was the first time I've watched three quarters of an NBA game in probably 25 years.
Oh, excellent! Welcome to Kaotic Sports.
Yeah.
So
no, I just don't like basketball.
I'm gonna do before we get too sidetracked. Let's do some introductions here. We have a full house tonight. We have some of our part. Like Saturday Night Live was live last night at 8:30, and I was super excited because I did not have to wait up and catch the highlights the next day. Or try to wait up that night.
That's why you just watch Hulu.
We have our part-time player. We have Dimitri, the comrade, the contrarian. I'm gonna call him the contrarian because no matter what the common theme is in sports world, he's always goes against it. He's back in the engineering booth. What's up, D? You need to turn the mic up. Press the button.
Press the button.
Press the button. We have with D back there. We got Scotty over here.
Hello.
Scotty don't. B's in the studio with us this evening
for about 10 minutes.
We're in our school.
Are you driving the Palm Springs?
No, I'm going out to go see my little cousin sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where that is because it's the Agua Caliente team.
It's Agua Caliente. It's right there, Ontario.
It's at the Citizens.
Right.
And remember, you have the camera over here and two cameras over here.
What's up,
that
playa?
Camera right now is doing live Facebook.
What's up, playa? Live Facebook. Oh shit.
Live Facebook.
Oh man, I might get kicked off of Facebook permanently for what I'm about to say tonight.
Probably.
And I am the Jew, Jeremy G. What is up, everybody? How you doing? How you been? B, we do have a phone they can call in yet?
I'm working on it right now.
We're working on that.
By next week we'll have a phone number.
So calling in is next week. But if you want me to call you, you text me and then I'll call you.
Yeah,
we can do that. Yeah. So so it's good to be back. It's good to see everybody again. I miss us. I'm just gonna say that right now. And since it's been a while since we've been here, I do want to start off with the obvious. What are we getting to eat? Because Scotty owes us some food. Scotty owes food. Scotty owes food.
I forgot why I owed food.
Because we made a straight up bet.
Didn't I cover the spread on that?
No. We did you were favored in the game, fool. It was New Orleans versus the Rams.
I know.
You were favored in the game. And it was you were going to provide food, and you're lucky I already ate this evening, so we might have to push this off.
That's fine.
Because since it was my bet, I'm going to let everybody else.
But doesn't B owe me something from another bet?
No. B is dangerously. His bet with Vegas is what, 36 wins or something like that?
36 wins.
36 wins. His bet with you was 40.
Okay.
So they're at what now? 30?
31.
31.
Oh.
But they've got a weak schedule. We already looked at their schedule while we're waiting for you to come in. They got a couple against New York, a couple against. For those who don't know out there, B opened up his mouth one day against Scotty and said that the Clippers will win at least 40 games this year.
At least
40 games. So that was the number he has to get to. So his over under with Scotty, and that is for Nashville hot chicken. Yes. The hottest hot of the hot chicken.
Either way, I'm eating it. I don't give a shit.
I know.
Even if you win, you're going to eat the hot chicken?
Fuck yeah. I love that shit.
You're going to have to order a mild for me then.
No. This is burn your asshole out.
I'm going to put a side order since you're already going to be there kind of deal. You know, like, hey, look, I'll pay you for the mild.
I feel like while this is a bet, I feel like it should end with one of our assholes looking like a loose rubber band.
which is what happened to an entire bachelor party group when I ate it in Nashville. It was so disgusting how we were all just in the bathroom, just, oh God, this is horrible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we didn't even get the double XL. We only got the X. We only got the hot.
See, in this one, there's an off the menu, and you have to request it. It's bad.
Yep. So it's good to be back. It's fantastic. It feels good. It feels good to be behind the microphone. It feels good to be talking about shit. I love the fact that we're all together again, and hopefully we can get this thing going and get some support out there. We got 3 people watching right now.
I know, and one more, and there's one for each of us.
Holy shit! I'm so excited. Come on, 4. So
if one more person starts watching, I will say something stupid that will probably get me in trouble on Facebook.
Just grab them in the biscuit. Oh man, that's fantastic. So let's talk about the NFC Championship game. Why don't we? Let's go right in. So, have you fully recovered?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're fine?
Well, yeah, because I know that the Rams didn't win the NFC Championship game.
Well, no, they won.
They didn't.
I won another $600.
See, when you're gifted a win by the refs,
okay,
that's not winning. That's like saying, here's your free pass.
I'm going to ask you an objective question right now. Okay, when the play in question happened, at the exact moment that it happened, did you think it was a penalty?
I jumped up and said, "Where's the fucking flag?" It's
funny because in my Rams colored glasses, I went, I don't think he got there. I think if he got there early, it was the ball. The ball was on the other side of him.
Before even that, it wasn't the hit. It was the helmet to helmet. Like I saw the helmet to helmet.
I still don't see I literally don't. I mean, I know this is one of those things where like, and you've talked about it on the local shows out here. Like, I didn't see it like a helmet to helmet that deserved a penalty.
Now it's any helmet to helmet contact is done.
Right, but the same thing. There was 2 face mask penalties against Jared Goff in the drive before that neither one of them got called. There were actual yanks of the face mask.
Were they? I don't remember that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, hey, you know what? So what are we doing? What are we pointing at here? We got
face mask penalties.
Face mask penalties.
We can show them right now.
Oh, okay, we could. Okay.
Oh no, but it's fine. I mean, like if they happen, they happen. But there's a lot of missed calls in the NFL.
So like we were talking pre-show about how when we'll get to it how Sean McVay was outcoached in the Super Bowl, obviously.
Yeah.
But he was even outcoached in the NFC Championship.
Oh
game.
yeah, totally.
Because when you have 4th down at a half a yard line. And you go for it.
Well, and
you absolutely go for it.
And here's my thing:
why would you tie it up and give Drew Brees the ball back with 5 minutes to go?
Well, and I can tell you exactly why after that infamous call right there, why we lost the game. Like honestly, it was so blatant, so flagrant, and everyone in the fucking world saw it.
That one right there.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair. Yeah, you're right. I remember that one now. Yeah. I remember that one now.
Article or twisting, pulling, or turning of the face mask.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah, right.
No, I totally agree.
Here's my thought.
But the thing is that but that one was.
But how come when you get the ball first in overtime, how come it just wasn't game, set, and match?
We were just it was so deflating. It was just like
now I don't know the stats to it, but I know listening to enough sports radio in my free time.
I'm not going to say we didn't give away the game after that fact.
But to and from is that. The fact that Drew Brees wasn't Drew Brees for the last 6 weeks of the season or so. He was throwing more interceptions than he was touchdowns, and and that interception, that was a weak.
No, I agree with you.
It was like, huh? It didn't make sense.
Well, to be fair though, his arm got hit when he threw that last ball.
Right.
It did get hit, so that helped with the weak pass. Right, it wasn't that he just.
No. I'm not calling him. I'm not.
No, but to be fair, like we absolutely gave the game away after that call, but we won the game. Had that call gone the way it.
What was the final score again? Who won?
It was 26-23.
No, we won that game.
Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, but we won that game. It was a minute 50.
That's what the score said. That's the winners, right?
No, we won that game.
The one with the most points wins, right? That's how sports go.
It's really weird when the call that everyone in the fucking world sees, and then, by the way, the head ref goes, "Oh, I didn't see it. I don't know what you're talking about." Well, it's on every fucking jumbo screen in the entire goddamn stadium, and everyone, including even your line judges, are screaming at you going, "This happened," and you say, "No."
Well, do I think there should have been a system?
But here's the thing, though. You still had a chance because after that call, we run the clock down to 23 seconds. We kick a field goal, and you have, even after the return, 20 seconds to try and tie the game.
Correct.
You still had a chance,
right?
But it was our game at that point.
So we would have
And
gotten,
it should have been.
we would have gotten a touchdown, obviously. Then
Not with 20 seconds left.
what didn't Miami do that to the Super Bowl champions this year?
Our defense is better than theirs.
Your defense is better than the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots.
Absolutely.
No, not a chance.
Absolutely.
Not a chance.
Except for that we're ranked higher in every single category.
Did you make the Super Bowl and win it?
Huh?
Right. So
Did you get your ass kicked in the Super Bowl and lose it?
absolutely.
Yes, you did.
absolutely.
Yeah.
See, I can admit that, but I think the New England Patriots were the best defensive team. They stopped the Kansas City Chiefs, number one scoring offense, and then
We did not stop the Kansas City Chiefs at all. Are you fucking high? It was a 90-point game.
Are you talking about the regular season game, or are you talking about
Talking about the regular season game.
I'm talking about in the playoffs.
Oh, you mean the game that D Ford cost the Chiefs?
There's always an excuse.
You mean the game that D Ford cost the Chiefs?
There's always calls. You can't go for the call that only affects the fourth quarter because there's calls in the second quarter. There's calls in the first
but you're
quarter.
absolutely right. You mean there was the Brady mystery face mask that got called for roughing the passer?
Absolutely.
And then D Ford cost the Chiefs the game. Absolutely, because in that play there was an interception that ends the game.
Correct, but
that ends the game.
But it didn't happen. So
But they didn't stop the Chiefs. It was a fucking tie game.
How many points did the Chiefs have in the first half?
I don't remember honestly.
It was they held the Chiefs
you're right,
and
you're
the
right.
Rams both to 0 points.
They did.
That's
Jared Goff of the NFC champion Los Angeles
hey
Rams
now.
is our guest, and you and I crossed paths
That's
last
you,
year in
buddy.
Minneapolis.
There we go. There we go. Turn that bad boy down. There we go. Yeah, no. My point being is
I'll say this. Regardless of defense, I don't even think it's that, because me and somebody else were talking about this the other day. I don't think it's the players on the Patriots outside of Tom Brady that's good. It's the fact that Belichick is just a better coach.
He is the best ever.
Maybe not during the regular season. He's not amazing during the regular season.
But he knows
once you get into the playoffs,
he knows what he has to do now.
Yeah, when you get into the fucking playoffs, he will get your goddamn numbers.
I
think so much better.
I think his goal every year is to be the second seed, not the number one seed. He wants to be the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Because he wants to make sure he
wants a bye.
He wants a bye, make sure anybody get healthy, and then he gets 2 weeks to plan for whoever he thinks he's going to play.
And that's the thing. If you give Belichick 2 weeks to figure that shit out, he will figure it out.
Yes.
That's the one thing I will say, because my dad's like, well, they have awesome people on their team, and I go, no, they don't. I mean, Sony Michael, pretty good. Yeah. He's a pretty good running back. He might actually be an awesome running back. Tom Brady he's an accurate passer. He's slow. He fumbles a lot.
He is the most confident, cocky.
Oh, I agree with you there.
And that gets him through tough situations. When he's been beat, it's been by somewhat equals, whether it was Peyton Manning or Roethlisberger in situations. It's been by these guys who are just as good. Maybe the teams are better at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But here's my thing. If you took Tom Brady and let's say when Tom Brady started really winning games in the NFL, 2001, right? If you were to put Tom Brady on the Chargers from 2001 to now, I don't think there would be 6 Super Bowls there.
There's no way.
There's no fucking way.
He may have made one.
He might have made one, but he wouldn't have won one.
Right.
He wouldn't have won any.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
And then my dad goes, well, what about all these receivers?
But that's my whole point. Is that Bill Belichick put that defense?
It's Bill Belichick.
He put that defense with the players that they have in a position to shut down 2 amazing offensive teams.
He had 2 weeks to prepare. I absolutely agree. But it was still a close game because Patrick Mahomes is better than Bill Belichick's planning.
Oh, yeah. And he
absolutely was, and he proved it.
And he came through in the second half and did much better.
Totally proved it, yeah.
But it's still, in the end, what the fuck happens? And in
the end, now let's be fair here. The Chiefs have a really weak defense. They have that was their one major flaw throughout the season. They have a weak defense.
Really bad.
It is really, really bad. It's as bad as the Saints secondary was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but my point being is that you can't bet against the Patriots. And
tough, yeah.
It's just
tough
when you do it,
especially in crunch time.
Right, they just always find a way, and whether it's help from the officials with the mysterious face mask, and it was
totally agree.
It was you touched Tom Brady.
I know they kept getting the 3rd and 10, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 10, and then somehow something would happen, and it was like, is there an unspoken rule that Brady has to be in the Super Bowl? Is that what's going on now?
I will tell you the end of that Kansas City and New England game was probably one of the best fourth quarters I've ever seen in my entire life.
Totally agree.
So you scored 24 in that quarter alone.
Yeah, and it was just nuts.
It was awesome.
There was the Edelman. Did he touch it? Did he not touch it with his thumb?
And even still, like and here's the thing, and this is what I said about this is now, and this goes through almost every NFL game. If it's called one way and there isn't enough evidence to overturn, it stays. There wasn't enough. Now, here's the thing. If you had called he didn't touch it, you couldn't overturn that he did. If you had called that he did touch it, you couldn't overturn that he didn't. So the fact that they overturned it was kind of crazy.
I don't think so. I saw it as not a fan of either team.
No, I agree.
And I'm an Edelman hater, right? I just think that little son of a bitch he just irks me, right?
I agree.
You want him on your team, but you hate him. You hate playing against him. He's that guy.
Yeah.
And I looked at it. I said it was obviously he touched it. And then every single replay, you couldn't see any part of his body touching it.
Yeah, but there was only one angle where you could see one of his fingers not touching it. Every other angle you couldn't tell. On the other finger,
there was one angle where you couldn't see if the thumb actually touched it, right?
Right.
It was okay. He definitely didn't touch the fork, but on the other from the other camera view, it showed that his thumb didn't touch it. So that's
because you couldn't tell if there was space. Though.
It could have been a microscopic
totally.
anything.
That's what I'm saying. There wasn't enough to overturn.
Like, it didn't change the trajectory of the ball. It was like it was one of those things where it's like, all right, fine. I know exactly what you're saying. I know where you're going with that, and I get the fact that
I'm being biased. I'm not even being biased.
When it's called in the field, you unless it's
leave it alone.
You leave it alone.
Yeah.
I think there would have been, and I don't think New England would have been bitching about it either. I really don't.
Totally not. Yeah,
I think
they would have been like, no, it was one of those calls where it was either however it was called, that's what it was going to say.
Tom Brady would have to figure out another way to come back and win the game.
Exactly. Exactly.
They would have had to call another holding penalty, and that's the thing too. There's the mysterious holding penalties. You know,
and that even happened in the Rams-Saints game too. It was just like, where the fuck's the hold? It was like
the guy's on the ground and the guy standing on top of him. That's not a hold.
That was weird. Yeah, that was weird.
Huh? I'm so confused. Yeah, so like I said, there's always going to be something.
But you know what?
The thing with the Rams and Saints game is, yes, there were multiple penalties on that, and
on both sides. And
on the play, right?
Yeah.
On the play, there were multiple penalties. Yes, he got there too soon, and yes, he was hitting
helmet to helmet.
I think it was hitting a defenseless receiver. I didn't see the helmet to helmet.
But either way, right?
So
keep the ball, new set of downs.
Nickel Roby Coleman admitted to their. I mean, he basically said, "I don't see no."
Yeah, but then after the game, he was like, "Oh, there should have been a fucking flag."
Right, and he knew it, you know. And and trust me, I had a futures bet for the Rams winning the NFC.
Yeah,
I sent that in Monday morning. Yeah. Like I literally did not wait an extra day to just in case they changed their mind on the payouts.
Yeah,
you know. And I thought about I could bring with me my next Vegas trip and just I'm like no. I'm mailing this bad boy in. So I signed that ticket and mailed it in, you know, immediately. So. But
you're like,
there's always going to be in football. There's always and I
no, there won't be, and I'll tell you why. So you know the new league, the AAF,
okay, yes,
right?
Which we're going to talk about. We're going to be the new AAF review,
and we're going to talk about that. But in this league, there is one thing that I think is fucking revolutionary for football. Period. So you've got your 8 judges on the field.
Sure.
Your 7 judges and your ref.
Okay.
They now have a sky judge. And he has all the angles of all the plays that happen, so he can call penalties and take away penalties that aren't called on the field. And the head referee has a direct connect to the head ref office for the league, and they'll say, "Listen, that was a flagrant hit. You didn't call it. We're calling it." So they fix that fucking issue. So now we won't have these discussions where we're like, yeah, but okay, but it happened.
Maybe it's a blessing that the AAF started the week after the Super Bowl because maybe that will give the NFL enough time to correct this problem for next year. Because I've heard all the arguments for
and you know what's weird is even Belichick's on that side of it. Like we want to be able to challenge penalties,
right?
Because for Belichick, he'll abuse the shit out of that. Oh, he'll be like, no, listen here. Someone coughed on Brady. Yes. That's fucking bullshit. Yeah. We want 90 yards.
What I heard proponent was you can call, you know, a challenge for anything. And and that's what I think it should be.
But they're saying the play's not reviewable. And it's like,
there was pass interference in the Super Bowl too that they didn't call, and they were letting them play, and I'm like he had his left, he had his right. It was.
I remember that play. Yeah,
it was what do you call it? Not Woods, but the little guy. Number 12.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks was going up. And the other guy had his arm down, so he couldn't bring up both arms.
And they were like, no, it's clean. And it was like,
I was like, are you kidding me?
In what week is that clean? Oh, Super Bowl week is clean.
To me, I would like to say, hey, the Rams could challenge right there. Now, what I've heard is to not slow the game down to make it 4.5 hour game. you get one challenge per game. So figure out when you want to use it.
But
so when you go deep, you save it for that, or you save it for the fourth quarter.
But instead of that, why not have a ninth judge, eye in the sky, that's looking over all these things and has ultimate power to sit there and go, okay, no, I saw that hit. For some reason, the guy who was standing in front of the two players didn't call it, so I'm going to call it.
It's perspective. I mean,
I agree.
A lot of times we like to give these refs and judges give them grief. Yeah. It's perspective. The guy in New Orleans, that's retarded. Okay, yeah. I get it. He was right there.
He was there.
The only thing I'll give him credit for is the play. The ball sailed behind the two players.
Yeah,
right. But after he's looking at it, so to him, I think he may have thought it was uncatchable. Okay, which is possible, right? So no penalty there, and maybe he just didn't see. Maybe he thought it was coming in at the same exact time. I don't know because the ball was behind him, both players. All right, but yeah, in that sense, is that these guys? It's perspective. You can only see your periphery.
And I agree with that.
Right. So setting up top, you're seeing that the overview. There's a reason why that's got all the announcers are 3/4 of the way up on every stadium because it gives you a different perspective.
And then here's my thing though. It's like if you're the head ref, immediately after the play, they're already showing the replay on the jumbotron. Right. And the refs and everybody are still kind of discussing that play. Right. Why are you not looking at that and using that as part of your tool?
Because I think I know in baseball they don't play close plays in baseball because they don't want the fans going ape shit.
Right.
Because they used to do that where they would show a play and then everyone would, how could you miss that? It was before replay, And so I think that has something to do with it. And the other thing is the fact that they don't want to be. They're very protective of their own.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they just want to make sure they get it right. But I wish that the NFL could do what the NBA does, and I wish they could just everyone meets. Did you see anything? Did you see anything? Did you see anything?
Right.
I don't think they ever do that.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Yeah.
I think it's more of. It's a penalty on number 22 for holding, and then I think
it's like that fucking commercial they had a couple years ago where it was like, oh, listen, so I'm gonna go ahead and get Chipotle after this, and then I'm probably gonna take the 5 home. Everybody's cool with that, and then the mic's on, and they're just like,
yeah. No.
I think that's what's happening. I think they're just talking about are you gonna jerk off later? Yeah, me too.
It's like, is that good? It's like, no, she's good.
Yeah, always, yeah. How's the wife and kids? Yeah. Yeah, but no, that's what I think it is, and I do think they need to make a change to the NFL. Replay is such a sketchy thing because it does, especially in baseball, it slows the game down so much.
Agreed.
That I just don't want challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge.
No, and I don't think it should be that, and that's why I'm saying to resolve that, just have the eye in the sky, and then have the referee have a direct connect to the corporate office, in New York, and then they can sit there and tell him hey, your guys missed this, call this now. And just give the absolute hand to God rule. Have the ruling because they're able to see all the angles.
Stop more. Would that stop more plays or less plays?
It won't. No, because they'll be able to make the instantaneous call because instead of having your field of vision, they're going to have a 360 degree with all the different cameras, and they're going to see that in the live feed.
McFarland in the sky, pretty much.
Yeah. Right. And now my theory on that is it's going to be something like this year where they had the protecting the quarterback rule. Where it was overly called in the beginning and then completely not called at all until it's Tom Brady in the AFC Championship game.
Well, yeah, but the thing is though is that because and there's been a few games over the last couple of seasons where you're like, oh, fucking come on. And they were decisive games and calls like what just happened in the NFC Championship game happened. And so it's now becoming a problem. It's becoming an issue.
Right. Like Aaron Donald slammed, I think he slammed Tom Brady down.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he slammed the shit out of him and there was no penalty call. I was like,
I know. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that. I was like, how did you get away with it?
Yeah.
Who did you pay?
Yes. Because
there's 30 other teams that would love to know how you pulled that off.
In football clout, Aaron Donald has as much clout as on the defensive side as Tom Brady does. Not all time, but currently. So
one thing I will say this year about the Patriots is they had the best O-line in the NFL. I mean, by fucking far.
It's crazy.
Because especially in the last couple of weeks of the season, and then in the three playoffs games that New England played, they just didn't sack Brady. They couldn't get to him.
He got sacked once
once. Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Was it postseason? Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, it was just nuts. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Hey, D, we were told to lower our volume down a little bit.
Lower our volume.
Our volume on the microphones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I heard it crackling too. I came in hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Coming in hot. You heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, Super Bowl sucked.
It was the worst Super Bowl that I can ever remember.
Every time. I mean, what, halftime 3-0?
3-0. Yes.
3-0. Lowest scoring half ever.
I'll tell you what though, for what do you call it? For the football pools and the squares.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know.
I was in a football pool that was a $500 a square.
Right.
Right. It was $2,000 for every score change. Mm-hmm. So for the 0-0 was a score for it was something for you got 0-0 got 2,000, so 3-0 2,000, right? And it's supposed to be at the end of the game that the guy who finishes with the final number is supposed to have like something like, I don't know,
a bunch of money.
No, like $6,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's not supposed to be $42,000 went to the guy who won in a $500 pool.
Shut up.
40, because there's how many? There was 3-0, 3-3, 9-3, 10-3,
Yeah.
13-3. That's it.
it.
So the 3-3 guy won twice. He won his $2,000 at one point and then won again at the final score.
God damn.
Yeah. So,
God damn.
yeah.
That would have been a good one to be in. Just be like, I'm going to pick 13-3. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Well, no, you don't pick it.
But you just get lucky and have it. Yeah.
There was somebody in Vegas who put $250 down. The Rams only scoring 3 points.
Yep.
Won $100,000.
No.
Yeah, $100,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I overheard today whether it's getting breakfast that somebody.
See how much better X lost?
Somebody put down at one point that the Rams would only score 3 points in the game during the game, and they won like $100,000. It was like
That's insane.
like on a $25 bet. It's like there's no way.
Well, because the odds on that are astronomical that
right.
would happen, especially with their prolific offense that never came to fruition in the Super Bowl, which really sucks. I mean, it sucks because they have good players.
Can we talk about the Sean McVay, the wonderkin who literally like got caught like a deer in the headlights?
Yeah, he literally looked like. Did someone just stick a dildo in my ass? Like
it's funny
that's what he did. I loved his face. Like in the fourth quarter, he's just sitting there, just like.
But the entire team, when they showed somebody on the team with their helmet off, they looked like they were lost.
Yeah,
it looked like they didn't know what.
There was no direction.
I'm talking about Aaron Donald. I'm talking about. They showed Brandon Cooks at one point.
I agree.
They showed Sean McVay and even Jared Goff. Jared
Nothing
Goff
worked.
He didn't look like there was any fire. There was no leadership during that game.
Yeah, there was nothing was working.
they
weren't trying anything to be fair, but nothing was working.
And imagine this: if a month ago I told you, the Rams are going to hold the Patriots to 13 points in the Super Bowl, you're going to think the Rams are going to win, right?
Absolutely.
Because they're at least going to put up 21.
16.
They average 33 a game.
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So
it's just crazy.
It's nuts. Yeah.
We can go back to the AAF real quick. They only have 8 teams, so I was going to lift something off real quick. We got
Can I guess their team names?
okay, Arizona.
Arizona Rattlers.
No, Hot Shots.
No,
Yeah.
that doesn't sound right.
All right,
Well,
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Wow. The Los. God damn. What did I have? I don't know anything about the Riverwalks.
Commanders.
Yep.
Because
There's Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah.
It's the Mickey Mousers.
Apollos.
Birmingham.
Probably with the coolest logo.
Birmingham.
Yeah, Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham. Tide.
Nah, Birmingham Iron.
Iron. Well, it's the Iron Bowl.
You got Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. The Salt Lake City.
Mormons. No, I actually don't remember the Salt Lake one.
Stallions.
Yeah.
That's a lame one.
No, they have horses there.
Do they have a lot of?
Yeah. Like I was telling him, the only one that doesn't have a reason for naming their team that way, like it had something to do with where they're from, is Orlando. It makes no sense.
Well, they have they have the what do you call
Apollos?
it? The NASA's are out there.
Yeah.
So Cape Canaveral is out there.
I guess the Apollos, yeah.
So yeah.
You got
So
Atlanta.
I'm sorry.
Atlanta.
The Atlanta, the strip clubs.
Legends.
Legends. That kind of makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, you got Dominique on the logo. You got
Do you really? Dominique's in the logo?
No.
Oh, but
You got San Diego, closest to home.
That was an easy one.
Superchargers.
No.
Fleet.
It's Fleet.
Yeah.
And Memphis.
Memphis.
Think FedEx
Shippers.
Express.
Express. Yeah.
Even if it's a train as a
Yeah.
logo.
All right.
So pretty cool stuff. And San Diego is actually playing in Qualcomm.
As they should.
As they should.
As they should. Has there been a game there yet?
No, there will
They
be.
got destroyed by San Antonio, I believe, in the first.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was actually a pretty close game for a while, and then it broke off in the second half. Now, it was Arizona and Orlando that played, and Orlando beat them 40-6.
Yeah, Orlando was the
Now I'm rooting for the Birmingham Iron because they're the closest. They're the closest team to New Orleans for me.
Well, it's halftime between Salt Lake and Arizona.
Yeah, so
Arizona's up 3.
They're the closest team
I'm sorry.
to me.
We are watching live now. We just typed
You can watch live and bet.
AAF.com and just watched live.
Yeah. Oh, and the tickets are going to be $35 no matter what.
No matter where you sit.
They're just $35.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then you get like really cheap food and all this kind of stuff. So it's actually pretty cool. But I'm rooting for the Birmingham Iron, right?
Birmingham.
You know who their starting running back is?
Steven Jackson.
Trent Richardson.
Oh, all right.
Who was a former number 3 pick by the Browns.
Yes, I did hear he was the number 1 name in the league. So
no, I mean there's a lot of big names in the league, but as far as players, yeah,
all the former LSU quarterbacks, Mecklenburg, Hackenberg, are
Or is
both.
a Jet, I still believe.
There's some good ones. The Birmingham Irons quarterback is I don't know I don't know how much you watch college football.
I love college football.
Okay, Luis Perez.
Oh, I have no idea who that is.
Oh, he was the NCAA Division II champion.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So I mean, solid quarterback, but he went undrafted. So he was like, "Well, how do I get into a pro league?" And they were like, "We'll give you $250,000 for 3 years." Everybody has the same contract, by the way. It's $250,000, 3 years, non-guaranteed. So you have to play to get paid, and there's performance bonuses, and you get bonuses for doing charity work, stuff like that. So there's bonuses to make more than $250,000 over the 3 years. But everybody has the same contract. All the teams are centrally owned, so there's no owners like going rogue like fucking Trump did in the USFL.
Right.
There's none of that. I love that. No kickoffs.
Right. I didn't know about 35-second clock is what I heard.
Yeah, 35-second clock
Versus 40.
instead of 40.
So make it quicker.
Yeah, no television timeouts, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so no kickoffs, no extra points. Everybody has to go for 2-point conversions no matter what.
Oh, wow.
Also, no onside kicks.
Wait, so
You can still kick a field goal.
you still kick field goal. So
Still kick a field goal. That's it. That's the only thing a kicker's good for.
There are quite a few ex-kickers in the league. I do know that.
Yeah, but that's the only thing a kicker's good
Yeah.
for is just field goals. So,
I saw that
but
Nick
if you
Novak,
want,
former Charger
so let's say
kicker.
this. So onside kicks can only happen if a team is down by at least 17, or if there's 5 minutes left in the half. Right, that's the only time you can go for an onside kick, and you can't do an onside kick. So what happens is let's say you score, right?
I heard about this.
So if you score and you say, well, I would like to try an onside kick. Well, instead of that, you get put on your own 25-yard line, 4th and 12. If you make it, great. You get to keep on going and trucking down the field. If you don't make it, the other team gets the ball wherever they stopped you.
Wow.
That's it.
That's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking fantastic.
That's called giant huevos.
Yeah, and then so in the overtime, now if it's a tie game goes to overtime, it's Kansas rules. So each team gets a possession on their opponent's 10-yard line. You get 4 downs, no field goals. You either score or you don't.
And you have to go for 2 again, right?
Yep. No, it doesn't. You have to go for 2 again, but it's either you score or you don't. And then if neither team does it,
It's
tie game.
Yeah. I did hear about
I fucking like that a lot. It's like, we're going to put you in the red zone. Fucking score.
Right.
Do
and,
it.
And I don't have a problem. It's funny because some of the older school guys on like Dan Patrick, he's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with the overtime rule, because people were complaining that Patrick Mahomes didn't get to see the field in overtime.
I mean, neither did Matt Ryan or Rich Gannon. In those overtimes.
So, but yeah, I mean, I do appreciate when both teams get the ball in overtime.
True. Yeah.
And I think there is value to that.
Stop them from getting a fucking touchdown.
Yeah.
And then you get a chance.
Like the Rams.
As the home team, like that's where I think that there's like, hey, I should at least have a chance to touch the ball.
Yeah.
I get that part. I wouldn't mind seeing that eventually. I'd rather see a rule like you have to go for 2.
Yeah.
Go in there. In overtime, there's no more extra points. No field goals in overtime.
Right. You should both get a chance. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I still love though that the first season if you're the first team and you score a touchdown, you automatically win. I love that the first overtime game that had that happen was fucking Tim Tebow, who sucks the whole season, then throws an 80-yard fucking strike.
Demarius.
I loved that. I was like, you go, Tim Tebow.
Yep.
You go. I mean, you're never going to play football again.
I don't remember where I
go.
was, but I remember my reaction to that. Like, holy shit.
I know.
He's going to go. Oh my God. Like.
And I think for that, that was like, he was like 5 of 12, and that gave him like 100 yards and a touchdown. It was like amazing.
Right. I think he had like less than 100 yards going into the
every game.
fourth quarter.
Yeah, he never had like a big quarterback game. It was really weird.
But when it came down to winning the game, he was there and he made the right play.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, I don't care how the fuck they won.
I forgot we're doing a radio show.
Yeah,
We're still watching football.
Yeah, I don't care how the fuck they won with Tim Tebow. They won. It doesn't matter.
Tebow was
how
10
they
for
won.
21 that game, 316 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so he had one big
he
game.
had the yardage.
He did have a big
10
game.
for 21 with 316 yards.
Ben
big
went
game.
22 and
That's
40,
huge.
289, a pick and a touchdown.
Yeah, there you go. He had a big game.
Yeah. Do I think Tim Tebow was ever going to win a Super Bowl?
No, I know, and I'll tell you why. Because one, he had that really weird throwing motion that took way too long to release the ball, so he was never going to be like the ideal pocket passer. He didn't have the presence that Patrick Mahomes has, where he can fucking sidearm shit. He didn't have that. He was quick. He could have turned into a rushing quarterback, absolutely. Because look at
That's what the Jets try to make him do, like a wildcat kind of quarterback.
Well, yeah,
they
but
use him like once all season.
yeah, but you have to give him the chance to do that.
Right.
Because look
If
at what he
he-
did in college. He ran for a shitload
If he
of
came out
touchdowns.
now, he would be different. He would. They would not try
He'd
to
be
make
a wide receiver.
They would not. Well, they wouldn't try to make him a pocket quarterback.
No, but he'd be a wide receiver or a tight end.
I mean, what's the difference between like him now and Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray the last
Or
couple of years?
Lamar Jackson.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like those just run the ball. Oh shit, they're not pass.
Honestly, I would love, like, here's my problem though, is they actually offered him contracts on NFL teams. Come be a fucking tight end. You're a giant son of a bitch who's really fucking fast and you have awesome hands. Please come do that. And he was like, no, I'll only play quarterback in the NFL. And it was like, listen, does in your religion, and you're very religious, do they not tell you to not be prideful? Guess what the fuck you're doing, white man? Like,
he just got engaged to a Miss Universe
Yeah,
like
I
2
know,
years
I
ago,
know, I know.
and he's playing minor league baseball.
and he's actually pretty good.
and he's not.
I said pretty good. I didn't say great. He's pretty good, and he whacks a lot of home runs. I got to give him that. But he's a power hitter.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but go put him in, have him be a fucking DH somewhere, and just knock him out.
Too bad he signed with the Mets.
Just be the white big poppy. That's all you got to do. Just go do that.
I'll never forget, I came back from Chicago with my uncle. We go to a Dodger Mets game. We see a customized Tim Tebow Dodger jersey. I don't know why.
Dodger?
Yes, Dodger.
Interesting.
Number 15.
Not a Mets.
Positive.
Mets.
Because that would make
No,
sense.
this was 2015, my bad, but it was 2015.
Okay.
Tebow in baseball was not even thought of.
Not even a thing.
It was like a joke.
Oh, and that's my thing is like, okay, you went to go play minor league baseball. Why did you give up your cush job as a fucking color analyst for fucking NCAA football? You dumb son of a bitch.
Because that job's still going to be there for him when he's done. And
Do
you know
you
it.
honestly think so?
Absolutely.
I don't know anymore.
He's got that.
He's not relevant in the football world
He's
anymore
got that
now.
aura.
He's,
about
he's
him.
the name, you know.
He is a
He's
name.
the aura.
Yeah.
He's got that aura. He's just no matter what.
If you name if you told like a random person on the street, like let's say Jimmy Kimmel did this, like you put
Yeah,
a random
who's
person on
Tim
the
Tebow?
street, or name a college quarterback at any time, you're gonna say like, probably like Tim Tebow, Vince Young,
Right.
and that'd be it.
Yep, pretty
Unless
much.
you like actually know, then you'll be like, oh yeah, LSU starter in 08 was this. It's like,
I want to be like Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
oh my god. No, but this is actually really good football. I really like it.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
then we got the XFL next year. I got the list of teams.
I'm super
There's
excited
no
for that.
Names yet.
There's no
We got
names.
Dallas, Houston, LA, New York,
Yep.
Seattle, St. Louis, Tampa, Washington.
Yeah.
So much bigger cities.
No, so the only team so they wanted to put all of the teams where a current NFL franchise is. So the only one that
Besides
doesn't
St.
have
Louis.
one is St. Louis. Yeah.
Okay.
You could say Washington doesn't because Alex Smith is gone forever.
No, they're actually still betting on him. They're still betting on him actually coming back and being their starter right now. They're like, they're shoring their bets and they're trying to get like, a solid like one of those like 5th round pickups to like be and they're still betting on Colt McCoy.
They should bet on like
But they're still saying he's our guy.
Flacco.
But like he's our guy. We're gonna give him a shot to come back and like be our quarterback. And it's like he did see his leg like hanging off, right? Like it's not really a leg anymore.
Yeah.
Like
And he had issues with
yeah, he's got a staph infection in the hospital, man.
yes,
Like
yeah.
holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like Alex Smith, like you just can't catch a fucking break. Like you had the best season you've ever had as a pro. Over 4,000 yards, 20-something. I was like 20-something or 30-something touchdowns.
StubHub the name got changed. Sorry, but I'm looking at where the teams are playing. StubHub got another name change. I didn't.
Yeah,
know
it did.
Yeah.
So that's where the XFL
And then
team's
like,
gonna play.
and then like, I think he had like sub double digit picks.
Well, that's another question. There. Will the XFL team outdraw the Chargers?
No doubt.
oh, definitely.
I mean, it depends who the Chargers are playing because it's like.
Well, no. Charger
80%.
tickets will sell. You know,
It's
but-
not-
No, I'll tell you why 100% because one, they will go after NFL veteran talent. They're going to bring names in. You know what I mean? They're going to find people who maybe had trouble. Like Johnny Football will probably be in the XFL.
right.
'Cause I don't think Montreal's working out for him.
No, but I will guarantee Manziel will be in the XFL because
Or-
it just
or if
makes
not
sense
the
for him.
AAF, probably.
Yeah, it just makes sense for him to go to one of those leagues.
So and if you
I'm
don't
watching
mind,
a field goal try here.
That's like the only and the
nope.
bong.
They,
Hey, was that
Cody Parkey?
Yeah, I was gonna say, was that Cody Parkey? Oh, by the way, he's done because the Bears signed. They're gonna sign Robbie Gould. They're gonna sign Robbie Gould back.
that's amazing.
if
yeah.
he wants to be back.
He will. He still lives in Chicago.
Yeah.
He still makes his home in Chicago. He lives like down the street from the fucking stadium and shit. It's like, listen, if you offer me a
Chicago's
contract, I'll come back.
Chicago's pretty cool city.
They're gonna be a fucking contender.
Oh, very much
Yeah,
so.
Trubisky's
I was
awesome.
actually very.
I love
surprised.
that Allen Robinson went there. I think he's gonna have a big year.
I was surprised that they end up the 1-2 seeds played the 1-2 seeds in the division championships because
Yeah.
I really thought there was a chance that Chicago and the Dallas Cowboys were both going to make the NFC championship.
I
somehow.
agree, but the Dallas Cowboys never.
But their defense was playing so good, and their strength.
And I totally agree with you.
Was the Rams can't stop the run, and they have a great running game, and they it's like
I absolutely agree with you.
and they have a
but
good defense. It's like,
I'm telling you right now, until Tony Romo is dead, the curse that he put on that team back in 2007 will never be broken.
and I'm guessing 2007 is the Seattle game.
That was the game where he fumbled the snap.
Yes, that would be
Yeah,
the
where he
The
fumbled
call
the
by
kick
Al
snap.
Michaels in that is pretty funny.
Yeah. Like I'm just saying, like he cursed the Cowboys that they will get fairly far, but they will never get to the Super Bowl. And Jerry Jones dies. One of those two has to die.
That one has to go first. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm not
he's-
entirely sure. I think Romo
not
might
su-
die before Jerry Jones.
not
That's
even
kind of the
su-
crypt keeper.
I'm not even sure if that's a good thing because Jerry's son it looks just as crazy as he does.
I mean, yeah, but like Jerry Jones is kind of like he's exactly like Trump, but owns a football team.
But now, mind you, scary looking children. Did anyone see the John Gruden and Mark Davis this week? Oh my God, Mark! Can I pick you up the Mark Davis picture from this week? They were sitting courtside, I think, at a Golden State game. I want to
Mark
say.
Davis is an ugly son of a bitch. I just want to throw that out there.
No, it was-
actually I
it
take that
wasn't
back.
ugly. It was
I take
scary.
that back. Not only is Mark Davis an ugly son of a bitch, but he looks like the son of the leader of Heaven's Gate cult.
Mark Davis and John Gruden courtside.
It should have been Warriors, right? Because they were at a Warriors game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just crazy. No, go back to the pink picture. There you go.
I mean, look at that.
Oh, you know what he looks like? So Mark Davis in that picture, he looks like Ghostbusters 2.
I'm sorry.
Vigo. He looks like Vigo the Carpathian.
Look
Look it up.
I do not. We're gonna have to
Look it up. Look up Vigo the Carpathian.
Vigo.
Yeah.
Viggo.
Vigo.
Vigo.
The Carpathian. There it is.
Here, let's see.
Just look up Vigo the Carpathian. No, find a good close up. Like a live action. It's got to be live action, though. Don't go poster. Should have been live action.
All right.
Just get rid of poster. Because you're going to see this. This is Mark Davis.
Vigo the Carpathian.
There you go. Yeah, that one. No, up.
Oh my goodness.
Up.
Yeah.
Click on that one.
Yeah.
Mark Davis.
Except his hairline is
Well, yeah, the
further
higher
back.
line's different, but I mean, but face, Mark Davis.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It's 100%.
yeah. I don't remember Vigo the Carpathian.
But like he also looks like a creepy cult member. Like Mark
does.
Davis looks like a
He
creepy
does.
cult member. Like, you're going to drink the Kool-Aid, right? And then we're going to chemically castrate you, and then we're going to go ahead and believe in the golden gods. That's what we're going to do, people. And it's like,
Yeah, I don't think there's any. For some reason, I think when I think of him talking, I think of like total creeper, and not trying to convince you. Going, yeah.
but it's just like he's heavy breathing. It's like,
Is your daughter saying? Is your daughter saying?
hey kids, you want some
Herbert,
candy?
Family Guy.
Yeah, it's like, you want some candy? I have some in the
Can you
van.
imagine if he had no money?
Oh my God.
He would look identical.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
He's still wearing tracksuits and fat with a weird haircut,
Right,
but like
right.
he would be like he would play a lot of WoW.
He'd be the guy who had all of his belongings in his car.
Yeah.
He'd have an entire passenger seat and back seat filled to the rim, just enough so they could see out.
Yeah.
And he would be driving around parks and schools.
I think of him as like he would live in, that weird shitty apartment building that's like right at the beginning of the street when you go up to San Manuel. Like it's on the left-hand side right when you turn left to go to San Manuel.
Or the apartment building on top of a liquor store.
Yeah, he's exactly that. He's going to live in that apartment building. And he just jerks up to like super aggressive like gay porn, like gay bondage porn.
Whoa,
that's what he's doing. He's just like
let's not judge, right?
That's what he's doing.
It's 2019. You can jack off to whatever you
No,
want.
he can jack off to whatever he wants, but like specifically that's his pleasure of choice. Like that's what he's doing. Just super aggressive.
He's jacking off to women stepping on balls. Like he likes.
Oh yeah, or getting pegged or something like that. Yeah,
he wants
it's
to be,
in that realm.
Yeah.
It's in that realm of like male torture.
Hi, honey.
It's in that realm.
Hi, honey. I hope you're
Yeah.
listening.
Either way, Mark Davis, crazy son of a bitch.
He is, yeah.
John Gruden, not far off.
John Gruden looks like saint. He looks like the most humble and looking guy compared to him.
Compared to him, but he's a crazy son of a bitch.
They say that you judge by the company you keep. Like John Gruden, seriously, like
Yeah,
this is where you're putting your. I'm not gonna complain. $100 million contract for a coach.
Yeah, you
made the right
fucking
decision.
take that shit.
You made the right decision.
Yeah.
You were running that football. Yeah, you made a good one for yourself.
Yeah. So,
But like he could have just stayed doing like the quarterback's corner bullshit, and like honestly, he got some cred doing that for a while, and then like now he's a coach again, and it's like, oh, you can't coach quarterbacks, motherfucker. Like you're really bad at this.
yeah, maybe he's one of those guys that's really good at telling people what they can't do instead of teaching the people how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's really good at telling.
But like
you what's wrong.
ever since Derek Carr fractured that disc in his back, man, he is not the same quarterback.
Well, his second half last year was great.
It was better, but it wasn't.
No.
But it wasn't 3 years ago.
I kept on listening. Like I said, I listen to a lot of sport. I mean, on the way in, the way out of work, that's all I listened to. And they were talking about his numbers being really, really good in the second half. And like they were
definitely better than the first half.
Because
Yeah,
they almost won too many games this year. They I think they ended with 5 or 6 wins.
Right.
But it was like, holy shit, they were actually doing a lot.
Side note: there's a pretty strong rumor that Arizona's going to trade away the number 1 pick.
I've not heard that.
I've seen a couple of stories where they're saying that.
Considering you already have your quarterback, what are you gonna take?
Who's your quarterback in Arizona?
They just selected Josh Rosen in the top 10 last year.
Yeah.
You're still going with them. You're not.
But that's my thing is like and they have David Johnson, so you're set there. Larry Fitzgerald's coming back for a last year.
Well, they're not going
They've said that for 3 years. Though.
They're not
saying that. Yeah.
They're not going to pull a Kansas City Chiefs when they picked Eric Fisher. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's no point in putting an offensive lineman as your number 1 overall pick when you can get him number 5 or 6.
True.
You know what I mean? So or 8 or 9 or 10.
But yeah,
you know?
well, because the thing is though, is that like there's other needs that they have. They have defensive needs. They have O-line needs. They could definitely use a tight end. They could use some other passing options other than fucking Larry Fitzgerald at like 30,000 years old.
Yeah, Christian Kirk's average. I mean,
Yeah, but that's my thing. So it's like you trade away the number 1 pick, you're probably going to get anywhere between 3 and 5 picks for that.
at least.
Right.
Yeah.
For a good player.
Fucking do that.
And then they said the draft this year is heaviest. It's the strength of this draft is in the 2nd to 4th round.
Yeah.
So it's not the first round. There's no. I can't think of.
Well, that's all right because
running backs, quarterbacks, or wide receivers that you go, yeah.
all we have is a 2nd and a 4th round pick this year. So yay.
Saints?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We have no first, no.
I don't even know.
Fourth round.
I know the Rams traded away some stuff too. I know they traded away to get Brandon Cooks. I know they traded away for.
Well, here's the thing. We went and tried to get all these people. All of them fucking get hurt.
And you know who's got a ton of picks?
Yeah.
New England Patriots.
Yeah, of course.
New England Patriots have the most picks between the 2nd and 4th round.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Because they traded away all their fucking quarterbacks, other than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Do they even have a backup quarterback on the roster now?
Brian Hoyer got a Super Bowl ring.
Did he really? Wow.
Another Super Bowl ring we should add.
Another one?
Brian Hoyer.
He was a backup for a while.
I mean, it was
for
Garoppolo.
him,
It was
though.
Garoppolo 2 years ago, obviously, but yeah. So
Oh, Garoppolo. I feel bad for him. Like he was the fucking messiah for San Francisco, and then the season starts. Done.
it still has a chance to
But
be a
done.
Messiah.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind that Niners go at least 11-5, 10-6, and make wild card.
I think they're going to be better. I think it's going to be one of those like 9-7 and eke into the playoffs kind of thing.
Kind of like a Seattle thing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a Seattle thing.
I think Seattle falls out though.
See, I'm not.
They're just not the same team anymore.
But they were awesome.
That defense was so good.
Actually, hold on.
Russell Wilson.
Talk about who's not the same team anymore. Fucking Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay's.
They just like I watched the last 3 or 4 games they played this season, and there was no drive in that team at all. They didn't give a fuck. Even Aaron Rodgers didn't give a shit. He just went out there and he was like, cool. Was that a 3 and out? Awesome. I'm gonna go sit down.
That was
and count my discount double check money.
Hold on, that was the entire Super Bowl.
That's actually what it was.
I couldn't believe how many 3
That's all it was. It was just, like even the whole first half was just 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
Whatever happened to end arounds?
Oh no, they were gone.
Whatever happened to trick plays?
Hey, but one highlight you guys had. Hecker has the longest punt in Super Bowl history. That's all you got.
And rolled.
That's all you got. He just got. But hey, he holds a record.
Yep.
He got a record. I actually like Hecker's one of my favorite players in the NFL.
Oh, he's fantastic.
I fucking love him.
And the fact that he has so many 12 completed passes.
Yeah.
As a punter, that's amazing. Why could he just do literally?
To be fair, literally the rest of your favorite team could be fucking blown apart by aliens, and I would give no fucks other than Hecker. Like I would not care about anything. I mean, I would feel bad about Sean McVay because he's just like this pretty little deer in the headlights now. Like he's just
He's going to be a great.
But like here's my thing. Like, I think
regular season coach?
Like Todd Gurley, if he continues on his line that he's doing, he'll be a Hall of Famer, right? I think Brandon Cooks going to be solid. He's going to be like a borderline Hall of Famer, at least like Ring of Honor for a team by the time he's done. Aaron Donald going to be great. Amazing. Sue's
already really good.
Sue's got his place. You know what I mean?
Is Sue coming back?
He has.
I haven't heard anything about that, but like
Sue Peters.
But here's what I can say.
All have 1 year deals,
and I feel very confident saying this. I don't see Jared Goff being a lasting talent.
I don't think so.
I just don't. He's serviceable. He's a very serviceable quarterback.
Jared Goff is not going to be. I mean, like I don't know what Tom Brady looked like in his first year. Because he's kind of built like him.
He won a Super Bowl.
If he marries himself to
Sean
McVay, he might have the same type of career.
Maybe.
And I'm not talking about successes.
I agree.
Because there's nobody can ever assume 6 Super Bowls.
But it'll just be one of those like really good coach quarterback combos where like they know neither one of them would be good anywhere else.
Right. I mean like Sean Payton and Drew Brees.
Except for Drew Brees was good on the Chargers too.
And not New Orleans good. He was all right.
Oh, he still threw for 4,000. He threw for over 4,000 yards.
He was Rich Gannon good.
No, he was better than that. Oh. He was better than that.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got our IT team.
I will tell you this right now.
Rich Gannon, 2000 Super Bowl?
But Rich Gannon was good. But I'm gonna say this.
Didn't Rich Gannon win an MVP one year? I think he did.
No, but I'm gonna say this. If that year, right? If the San Diego Chargers just all of a sudden changed their mind, they said, you know what, we're gonna fucking believe in Drew Brees, and we're gonna let Rivers go over to New Orleans, right? Let's just say that happened, right?
Right.
I'd say there's at least 2 or 3 Super Bowls in San Diego.
You do not know the Spanos family well.
Oh no,
they would have figured out a way to fuck it up.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
They are the Sterlings of football. Okay,
I agree with you on that.
They just knew how to miss. You don't fire a coach who's 13-3 and takes because it got lost in playoffs. You just don't do it.
That's dumb. Yeah,
and they couldn't recover from that ever since. Even though they had Norv Turner, who was a genius. Coming
I'll tell you this. If it was the Chargers in the Super Bowl against the Patriots and they lost like that, they would have fired McVay. They would have absolutely fired McVay. Because they would have said, "Listen, you got us to the Super Bowl. That's great, but you fucking blew it, pal." And you're gone. And I agree with you. No, I'm just making a point. I'm just making a point that this is how dumb they are. Yeah. But honestly, I think there was no way even they could have fucked up them winning a Super Bowl with Drew Brees, LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates, all that fucking talent on that team. If you just sit there and just said, let's let this develop, there was nothing stopping that team. Unless they just sat there and said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sell our entire defense, and we're going to get all CFL players.
Well, we did lose, Merriman to PEDs during that period, too. But it's just one of those things.
I just think there was no stopping that team. And I think Phillip Rivers...
No, Phillip Rivers... Okay, Phillip Rivers is being looked at right now like as if he died already, and like you have to like look at him like lovingly.
You kind of have
Phillip Rivers for a lot of years made really bad, untimely mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was sort of like, and like I've got a good buddy of mine who's a huge Chargers fan who hates Phillip Rivers because no matter how he gets us there, gets us to where we are, whatever, he just has a dumb look on his face while he's making a bad, making the getting sacked from behind and dropping and get the ball stripped, making the untimely, interception.
Totally agree.
Just something there. So.
I think we're at the mid-show break.
We
guys.
are at the mid show. Yeah, let's do it. We can do it now if we want.
Just go ahead and cut us off mid-sentence. It's fine.
Cut.
Just know, guys, that if we cut off in the middle of talking, we're going on break. So, anyways,
Okay, go pee pee.
I'm gonna go pee pee
I gotta go pee pee.
pee 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 all the way home. Are we on break?
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. One last thing is March 28th is the Manu Ginobili retirement ceremony. Mark your calendars out there, everybody. Thank you so much, Caesar, for that. I really do appreciate
it.
Wow, thank God. You know what? Our listeners appreciate that too.
We'll keep Sue for the right price, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I think Sue's coming back. That's what
I would like him to.
I think he's already made his money.
I really hope New Orleans fucking buys him out.
Well, there's no buyout. He signed a 1 year.
No, but I mean, can afford him.
Right. He did. I think he liked being the second guy this year.
Yeah,
I think he really liked. He thrived on being instead of being the main guy with the money. He liked being okay. Donald, you go for it.
You do your shit.
You get double teamed, and
then they're keying on him. Yeah.
Right. So yeah,
I agree with you.
So yeah, So we're about ready to take a break right now. We'll see y'all in a few minutes. We'll start talking about some basketball. Basketball. You have to go to.
I could probably leave.
NBA.com or something like that. Just find out.
I could just go.
Trade calculator or something like that. Yeah.
No, I can just go. It's
So
fine.
we can talk about baseball too. There's a lot of happenings in baseball.
Not really.
Well, no, I mean, do you know that Bryce Harper and
I did see that.
and Manny Machado still don't have teams?
Yeah, I did see that.
It's amazing. So
Well, I read an article about that.
let's not talk about that now. Let's
Yeah.
talk about it in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So we are ready to go. We'll see y'all in a little bit. Ciao, ciao.
PP.
That Facebook one right there. It's pretty sweet.
There's a what? A what?
B put out a watch party.
Oh, sweet.
So, is that our cue music? Are we getting
all
it?
good?
Oh, we're all good to go. Are we live? We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
We're back in.
We're back in, people. Hopefully you didn't get any no bumper.
Watch party.
Yeah, B's holding a watch party, and that watch party is right there. What's up, playa? Yeah, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to our numero dos, the Kaotic Sports, Kaotic Deportes. In the studio with us tonight is the comrade, the contrarian. What's up?
What's up?
There you go. And then Scotty don't.
What up?
And then I am your fearful. Depends on time of day. Fearful host Jeremy G, the Jew. What's going on? We covered a lot of football in the first half, so we're going to do all basketball in the second half, right?
Great.
Are you ready?
That's awesome.
The contrarian over there, comrade, he's going to go ahead and break down the NBA trades for us. Because I don't know a lot of the secondary players in the NBA. I don't know. I jokingly put on Facebook today that the Lakers landed RB and MM. That would be Reggie Bullock and Mike Muscala. If I told you that I knew who they were before they were Lakers, I'd be lying to you. Absolutely. So if I told you that, so you got any infos up there? I know that Philadelphia did an amazing job. I know that Toronto landed Marc Gasol.
Yeah.
And it's usually in a trade, whoever gets the biggest name player is the winner of the trades. Mm-hmm. You have what kind of info you got there for us?
I'll start with the one that had the biggest probably impact around the league, and that was Mavericks and Knicks. The Mavericks got Kristaps Porzingis, Tim Hardaway Jr., Courtney Lee, and Trey Burke. And the Knicks got DeAndre Jordan, Dennis Smith Jr., Wesley Matthews, and 2 first-round picks.
I don't see that being the biggest one at all.
Or it's because Porzingis
is a name,
7'2",
right? He's the name, and the idea of him playing with
Doncic.
Luka Doncic is appealing, but he's not going to play this year.
No.
So and then they have to. I believe they have to extend him. He has a player option for next year, so they may have to extend him to a max deal without him playing a game. I think that puts them in a really weird position. I understand they wanted to get out of DeAndre's contract. Okay, fine, but hey, there's a lot of moving parts there and a lot of names we've all heard before. We've all heard Dennis Smith Jr. We've all heard of Courtney Lee. So
Also, Porzingis played against Doncic in Europe a while back, and
okay.
Porzingis had said, "I hate playing against this guy. He's just that good."
All right.
Okay,
So we have somebody said F Toronto. I'm not sure what that means. So
Toronto.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's what that means. Oh, that's some serious. Hate.
Hey, you guys want a quick update from the Pacers game?
The Pacers, Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
What's
Apparently there was a bat in the arena, and health officials have said that it's exposed multiple people to rabies. So you went and watched Indiana Pacers basketball. You got rabies, motherfucker. That's what happened.
Yeah. Not only did Victor Oladipo not play, but yeah, you got rabies.
You got rabies, bitch. That's what happened.
You got the rabe.
That's what happened.
Yeah, we're watching.
You're still watching the AAF.
The AAF looks pretty good. I would like to see a score on the corner of the screen, though. I wish they could figure that part out. What that was?
Oh, you go to live data.
Whoa.
Go to live data.
Live now. Where's live data? Oh, right there. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Live data. It is 30.
Yeah, it doesn't
35-16. Oh,
that's not bad.
Yeah, no.
I'm waiting for the Birmingham. I think is that today? Can you check what the Birmingham game
John
is?
Wolford, or is that Wolford? I don't know. God.
Yeah, can you check down bottom right and see when the Birmingham game is?
Birmingham. That is that's Salt Lake scheduled for next week. That's next week's game.
Well, fuck.
So yeah. So
then I missed the Birmingham game.
I think you did.
I think it was today.
Yeah. Well, you can wait.
I think I missed it.
Yeah. So excellent.
That's okay though.
Yeah. So So okay, go ahead with the trades there.
Okay, this one is a bit interesting. All right, I'm just going to tell the story about these two guys, Wade Baldwin IV and Nick Stauskas. They were on Portland, I want to say, about a week ago, and they get traded to Portland. Then they get traded to Houston, like together in packages. Then they go to Indiana, and Indiana waives them both. So they went to 4 different teams.
I'm sorry, you said Portland twice.
No, it was Portland to Cleveland to Houston to Indiana.
Well, he said they're both in Portland, and then they go from Portland to here to here to here. Okay, now follow.
Now they don't have a job. Just says
so they got waived. Well, you know why? Because they caught fucking rabies in Indiana. That's why.
Yeah,
they're the ones who put the bats in there.
Yeah. So how about Sixers and Clippers? The Sixers got Tobias Harris, Boban Marjanovic, and Mike Scott. The Clippers got Wilson Chandler, Mike Muscala, Landry Shamet, and 2 first-round picks, one being Miami's, and 2 second-round picks, which being Detroit's.
I think the Clippers got a haul.
They really
absolute
did.
haul. 2 first rounders, and one of them is going to be a good pick. It's not going to be
lottery protected
Yeah.
for the Miami one.
Yeah, but
just so we're clear, I kind of want to change my bet with B and say, will the Lakers win 35
Right.
before the end of the year?
Right.
35. I'm even lowering. They have to win 7 games before the end of the season. I don't think they'll do it.
But that'd be against Jeremy because B doesn't care about the Lakers.
Yeah, but I honestly don't think they'll win 35.
no, they're going to end up somewhere around 500. I think they're going to end up like somewhere around 41, 41.
Well, they're 500 right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they lost today, so they're actually under 500.
Yeah.
yeah. It's crazy. You know, they just don't have any consistency, and I don't know what they expected.
I feel bad for LeBron. It's like, oh, I took this money and I came to LA and it's going to be awesome. Oh, fuck. But
well, when you get injured for 18 games, you know it doesn't help either. So.
when you get lit up for the biggest loss in your career, that sucks.
Yep.
That sucks.
So-
Side note, Pacers signed Wesley Matthews as their new free agent guard because the old guard caught rabies. I'm just throwing it out there.
The old guard broke his legs.
Yes, he did.
He Alex Smithed his leg.
It's from rabies.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, all right, go ahead. Go break down those. Let's get some more trade action.
We're talking about the Lakers. They got Reggie Bullock, and the Pistons got Svi. I'm not going to try to spell his last name. And then they also got a second-round pick. I know the Svi guy had a 50 or so point game in the D League, and that really impressed like some of the people I follow on Twitter.
Yeah.
But Reggie Bullock, I heard he's a decent shooter and has good defense.
Reggie Bullock is one of the best percentage-wise 3-point shooters in basketball. He's a 6'5" guard, and he had over 40% from the three. You know, watching the Sixers and Lakers were on the big ABC today, and I started watching the game when it first came on, and I was amazed to hear that Tobias Harris had the second best 3-point range from the corner. Third best from the corner, and ninth best overall 3-point percentage for Tobias Harris. The only people he shot over 50% from the corner in 3-pointers. That's nuts. 52.9% from the corners. Only 2 players were better, where one of them was Steph Curry and the other one was.
Look at you knowing basketball.
I know. It's like
Look at you.
I actually listened and paid attention. Yeah. So
Yeah.
No, I think what the Clippers were doing was I think the Clippers did was amazing. They got rid of some pieces and got a bunch of draft picks from teams that aren't. I mean, they're going to be decent draft picks. And they weren't going to win anything. They're going to be the 8th or 7th seed at best and get bounced in the first round. You might as well get better. And by making the trade with the Lakers to pick up, they got rid of Mike Muscala, who maybe didn't even have a jersey officially yet, with them, and picked up Zubac and Beasley, who can both put the ball in the net. That's brilliant. They're still going to win 40 games, 41 games. I think there's going to be some hot chicken going down somebody's gullet, and somebody who's currently sitting here right now, not the other guy who left to go watch he watched his cousin sing the national anthem.
Oh yeah, that's what he did at the Agua Caliente game.
The Agua Caliente Clippers.
Agua Caliente.
So yeah, no. So
Going back to the trades, my
Yeah.
favorite team,
my favorite team is which country? Which one is your favorite team, contrarian?
Sacramento.
So of course it is
Sacramento Kings.
because you got to be different. Yeah, I got it. Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, so they got Harrison Barnes and they got rid of Justin Jackson and Zach Randolph.
Harrison Barnes got traded in the middle of a game.
Yep.
That I've never seen that happen in basketball before. In baseball, it happens all the time. In basketball, I've never seen that happen before.
No.
So was that Harrison Barnes for the two of those for Randolph and Justin Jackson?
Yep.
So you took a guy, a mid-level, Harrison Barnes is a mid-level guy, he was obviously he's known because of his early years in Golden State.
One-time champion.
And you took him and you got Zach Randolph, who's a proven badass. I'm not sure what he's currently doing right now. I'm not sure if he's in shape or if he's currently getting busted
Zach
for
Randolph
drugs
is
again.
in Dallas now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's getting busted for drugs anymore, because he's got a huge. I can't believe he got out of that, by the way. Charges were dropped on that one, and then Justin Jackson, who's an up and comer.
Yeah, he was a decent.
Right. So again, I think that's a win for the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks went aggressive, and I think they improved themselves a lot, depending upon what Mr. 7'2" the unicorn does for them. So.
Yeah. So we have three-team trade with the Rockets, Kings, and Cavs. Ooh. The Rockets got Shumpert, Stauskas, and Baldwin, like I said earlier, and a 2021 second-round pick. The Kings got Alec Burks and the 2020 second-round pick. And the Cavaliers got Brendan Knight, Marquise Chris, a first-rounder for this year, and a 2020 second-round pick.
There was nobody first round worthy in that trade. So I would like to say that the Cleveland Cavaliers won that trade by getting a first rounder. Maybe it was Houston's first rounder, and it still will be in the 20s. But that's stockpiling your picks there. Iman Shumpert's not a first round talent.
No, I mean he was a really good in Sacramento. I know a lot of guys liked him there. He implemented a lot of good defensive strategies from when they won the title when he was on the Cavs.
Right.
So I know he was pretty popular there. So he adds an element of defense to the Rockets, which they kind of lack since.
Hell, the Lakers got a first rounder for Jordan Clarkson last year, so I mean anything's possible, and he hasn't been seen since.
And the Lakers didn't get Anthony Davis.
And the Lakers did not. You know what?
Dude, Magic Johnson's pissed.
Magic Johnson is pissed, and I think it comes off as spoiled kids, like a spoiled kid thing. But it was like everyone thinks that he was coming. He this is where he wants to play. 9 times out of 10, that's what you.
And Mickey Loomis was just a dick.
You just do it. You just suck it up and you do it.
Yeah.
You know. So it just doesn't make sense this time around why it didn't happen.
It was on New Orleans side
because Dell Demps was told know what they said afterwards is Dell Demps was going to get fired if he made the trade, and I get it because they don't. What do they have besides Anthony Davis?
They don't have anything.
Maybe you can convince there's something. Maybe somebody else they brought in on one of their other trades. Maybe he just ends up being his BFF and they get along. I don't know because that team has had enough talent where they should have been better than what their record shows. I'll put Minnesota in that same category too. When you got Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, on your team, and Butler last year, you should be better than a 7 or 8 seed.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's like, I get it. So, but it's just one of those things where I just don't see how Anthony Davis isn't a Laker, and maybe it happens after the season. But
yeah, it might still happen.
The offer that was up for him. The offer of trading Ingram, Kuzma, and Lonzo.
Well, I got the list right here.
Yeah, with 3 other reserves, and which included Rajon Rondo, which would have been all their point guards, and 2 first rounders was too much to offer for him. Mm-hmm. It was way too much.
The Lakers' first offer was Lonzo, Kuzma, Rajon, Michael Beasley, and a first round pick.
Yep.
And then I heard it went to Ingram, Hart, Ball, Kuzma, McGee, Beasley, and 2 first rounders.
Yeah.
And Pelicans said no. They are dumb for not taking that because then they would have been stacked for good.
That's ridiculous.
Right.
I don't care if you lose your franchise player, you would have been stacked for good.
Right.
You know what? I wish that trade would have happened just to watch LeVar Ball go insane.
Yes. You know what's funny?
My ball better than LeBron. Never lost.
He did say he's better than LeBron.
He did the other day. Yeah.
I was going to start off the game as if I was the show as if I was LeVar Ball because he's been quiet. He's been
no. He was just on.
Right. No. I'm saying
he was just on with Shannon Sharp the other day.
Up until the ESPN's not having him on anymore. The radio stations, the local LA radio stations, are not having him on anymore because it was guaranteed fun at one point. But when you renege,
now it's like you're just a crazy person.
You renege when you sell shoes for $500 and then can't deliver them, and clothing as well. You realize, okay, yeah, dude, you're a joke. Okay,
yeah,
you're just all talk. You're a joke. You're 45. That's all I'm gonna say. You're 45. You're MAGA.
Well, because what's the show that he went on? It's Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless.
Undisputed.
Yeah. Undisputed. There you go.
And I'm sorry, Fox Sports needs the help. They do.
Not really. They still have the herd.
Which is I listen to him, but no one's watching it.
I watched it.
Well, it's because he's your doppelganger.
I think he's a fucking tool. Like if I had no morals and a really long range powered rifle, I would fucking go at it.
The earlier show was it First Things First is ridiculous because
that's
3 a.m. for us.
Yeah,
and it's Nick Wright, Chris Carter, and someone else.
I actually like Nick Wright.
I don't mind Nick Wright. I like Nick Wright. Especially because he goes after Hurd a lot, and I love that.
He overcomes the fucking giant schnoz.
He just lets Hurd say his crazy ass bullshit, and then he goes, "All right, now let's come back down to fucking reality town and let's have a conversation."
You know why I like Hurd? I like Colin Cowherd. Is because he's the only one I think that actually comes at it from a different perspective most times. Most times. Like he doesn't just say, yeah, LeBron's the best because this. LeBron's the best. He'll go, this is why I think he is a LeBron guy, right?
Right.
But I'm saying he was talking about Malcolm Brown in the Super Bowl, and he was talking about how the fact that Malcolm Brown got lit up in the 2 previous games by Pittsburgh and Jacksonville,
right?
Or it was Jacksonville and somebody else before him, and he goes, he got lit up. and then didn't show up for meetings during Super Bowl week. And everyone's giving, and everyone after that Super Bowl, the only question was, since they lost, was how come Malcolm Brown didn't play? How come Malcolm Brown didn't play?
Right.
And he's the only one I've ever heard come out and say, this week I heard him say it. Like, Bill Belichick saw a decline and benched him, and he's the only one that has the huevos enough to do that. That's
true.
And I agree. And Saban's got that. When Saban took out Jalen Hurts 2 years ago in the national championship game,
like, what?
Right? And you're taking out your starting quarterback who started the entire year. What the hell is wrong with you? That's what Sean McVay needed to do in the Super Bowl and didn't have the huevos to do
That's
it.
what Harbaugh needed to do in the Chargers and Ravens game. But
Yeah. So, like, I mean, the Ravens were going to win that game. The Ravens should have won that game. The Chargers had a huge lead, and then the Ravens, they let Lamar Jackson finally play at the end of that thing. But that's why I like Colin Cowherd, because he actually sometimes I want to smack him. You're right. I do.
No, he's just some dumb shit.
I do want to smack the shit out of him. But there's times where I'm like, man, he's the only one who thinks at it from. He's got a weird perspective.
Like his top tens are very like I agree with a lot of his top tens. They're very thoughtful. They're very informative, and they're pretty honest. I mean, like, and then there's other shit where he just went on the fucking attack for Baker Mayfield forever and ever and ever, amen. Like, he just to talk shit to Baker Mayfield's face. He's like, come in the studio, we'll talk, we'll have a thoughtful discussion about your career. No, I'm just going to point out every fucking thing I don't like about you, and let's see if you punch me in the face. That's kind of what he did.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like what Jim Rome did with that fucking one quarter.
Chris Everett.
Yeah. And it was like,
how about this? He had a top 10 NBA players, I think, before the playoffs started. And it was LeBron number 1, Durant number 2, Anthony Davis number 3, Steph Curry, Ben Simmons, Harden, Giannis, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie, and then Clay was his top 10 going into the...
Yeah, and Ben Simmons has no business being on there.
No way.
Yeah, and maybe we know that now because of the playoffs last year, because he was ascending, going into the playoffs.
He had 1 point in a game.
Yeah.
So he had Lonzo style points in a game.
Yeah,
He has shot 2 threes this season. I won't say he's made it.
But
one was a half court heave, so that counts.
Yeah,
that does count. That's a 3.
That's amazing.
He has top 10 QBs in the NFL. I don't know when this was from, but he had Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, number 3.
Right.
Roethlisberger, Carson Wentz, Andrew Luck. Speaking of, he loves Andrew Luck.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He thinks he's fucking Jesus.
I mean, he's good, but man.
But he thinks Andrew Luck is awesome.
I think Andrew Luck is better than what his records end up being. I think it's his teams around him that have always been letdowns. He's never had a great running back.
I agree. I agree with you. Do I think that Andrew Luck has a lot of talent? Absolutely, he has a lot of talent. Do I think he's the fucking messiah of quarterbacks?
He gets hard.
Absolutely,
he gets hard-ons either way. I do.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah, he gets hard-ons either way of both negatively and positively.
Oh, totally.
Oh, this is before the season because Garoppolo's on this list and he's in a Niner jersey.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, this is before.
He had
the
Russell
season.
Wilson number 7, Derek Carr number 8, Matt Ryan number 9, and Garoppolo 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See now Cowherd's going. Oh, Derek Carr is a top 10 quarterback.
Like this was like a year ago.
No, this is 2018 October. Right. And he's like, Derek Carr is top 10 quarterback, and I'm like, no.
But going into the year, I could possibly
not even through October. He's not.
I can see it,
but if we're talking late October,
okay, but
not a chance.
I mean, you got new coach. You're coming back from an injury. Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah,
but
to me, like I said, Phillip Rivers ended up being a top 5 quarterback probably at the end of the year. But there's no one would have argued if you left him out of your top 10 before the season started.
True.
For me personally, when it comes to sports talk radio, I think that before Cowherd comes on is Dan Patrick's show, and I think he's the most entertaining. Mm-hmm. I love the Danettes. I love that they have fun. And I think he, by far, is the best interviewer I've ever heard. He's, to me, Dan Patrick interviews as well as Howard Stern. Howard Stern, when players and coaches get on the Dan Patrick show and they're talking to him, they reveal more than they usually do in any other setting. And whether it's Barkley or Krzyzewski or any other longtime great, they always go. Al Michaels goes on there all the time whenever he's on there. Jim Nance, the show was from Jim Nance's backyard this past weekend because they're at Pebble Beach, and like they were playing par 3 on Jim Nance's backyard, like literally he's got a par 3 course in his backyard, And it's just one of those things where that's who I respect the most, because I would love to maybe one day be able to ask one question that was the equivalent that in the wheelhouse of something that Dan Patrick, because he doesn't say, so what'd you think about that game? You know, how'd you feel about the results of that game? He doesn't ask questions like that, you know, and I truly do respect him in that sense. So
I think he had a little series where he gave NFL players their scouting report.
He does.
Yep.
At the Super Bowl of the last few years, any player, you always get the current teams, the current NFL players that are there. He gives them their basically the breakdown of the scouting report.
He gave J.J. Watt one. He gave Drew Brees one.
Yeah, and he gave Drew Brees read it this year. You know, about being undersized. You know, not going to be good enough. You know, and he goes. I think Drew Brees is the one who kept it.
Yeah,
I think Drew Brees kept it and actually put it in his locker. But it's one of those things too where he just took the negatives from.
Well, and then he does like kind of like cheap shot shit like this one. Like Cowherd breaks down how John Gruden is the best coach for 10 other franchises besides the Raiders.
¿Cómo se dice? ¿Qué?
Oh, like for instance, like he sells Amari Cooper to the Dallas Cowboys,
Right.
and the Cowboys immediately go 7-2 the minute they acquire it.
Right.
Thanks, John Gruden, you helped us out.
Hold on. When that trade was made, I thought that was a slam dunk win for the Raiders.
Oh.
I thought that Amari Cooper was not a number one receiver, and they're going to get it. And at that point, the Cowboys were an under 500 team, and you're talking about a top teens pick.
Yeah.
And giving away.
It worked out immediately
Right,
for the
and
Cowboys.
giving away Khalil Mack too was the same thing.
You were high to give away Khalil Mack.
You were high to give him away, but you also got number ones from Chicago, and you didn't think Chicago was going to win 10 games. You know, like you thought, okay, they'd go from 6 to 8. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like if you look at how insane Khalil Mack went as soon as he got to Chicago, he's like, listen, I'm going to do more by myself than your entire defense.
The one thing
crazy.
The one thing I'll respect for Gruden is he goes, we had him last year and we were pretty bad last year. You know, which is true. You know, like with Khalil Mack on your team, you weren't an amazing defense. You know what I mean?
Guys just need to change the scenery either way.
Yeah, and that's what I think happened with Amari. You know, I mean, Amari Cooper just seemed to work perfectly there. You know, and he's a boy from the South too, so it's possible that he feels a little more comfortable out there.
All right, going back to the NBA trades.
Go back. Notice how I steered the conversation, though. I maneuvered that.
No, you didn't. Go ahead.
So we got Mike Muscala to the Lakers for Beasley and Zubac.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, that was
sure. I don't even know who Mike Muscala is. Eminem. Yeah. He's not AD. Awesome. Not AD. Go ahead.
Okay, then first overall pick of last year, Marco Fultz is on the Magic, and the Sixers got Jonathan Simmons, a projected 19 first round and a 2019 second round.
That's nuts that you can get a first round pick from Orlando, which you know it's going to be a lottery pick. For a guy you're not even sure at first, and a second round pick for a guy you're not even sure is going to be able to shoot again. In all honesty, Markelle Fultz has a hitch in his shot, and he's got the yips. So you're going to give up I understand. Give up 2 second rounders, fine. You give up a guy and a second rounder, fine. Give up a protected first rounder, okay, as long as it's not the top 15 picks,
right?
Fine. But you give up a first and a second, and you're Orlando, you're not going to be good. I mean, I hope Orlando.
Do you think they were banking on being good?
I think Orlando. Hopefully, Orlando has a few picks. Hopefully, they didn't just trade away their only pick. You know, and that's the only thing I can say is maybe they made a trade with Golden State and they had Golden State's first round pick against a 32nd pick.
Let's take a look.
You know, because that's the only thing I can think of is that you got a guy who he probably needs shoulder surgery again. You know, he has the yips and he has a hitch in his shot from the free throw line. Yeah. For God's sakes, from the free throw line, he doesn't. So bad. Okay, go ahead.
The last big one was Marc Gasol to the Raptors to the Grizzlies for Valanciunas, DeLon Wright, C.J. Miles, and a 2024 second round pick.
See, to me, if they would have gotten what Orlando gave away, I'd have been like, okay, that makes sense. They got bodies. Valanciunas is good. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other guys.
They're fine.
They're fine. You know, they're guys.
They're fine.
You know, and that's the thing with Toronto. Toronto has a bunch of guys that are solid guys, and you want on your team, but nobody else knows about them. You know, and that's fine. But
Raptors had a game that day, and they played with 9 players on the roster, and they still won by like 10 or something.
That's crazy. The East is actually gonna be fun to watch in the playoffs.
Yeah, because you already know it's a matter of who comes in second.
Yes. Who wants to finish in second this year's NBA season? Mm-hmm. It's so nuts. I don't know how you change the rules to keep things fair, but it just seems like it's crazy how you can have that kind of dominant superness, you know, coming from Golden State. I'm happy for them. I'm happy that 3 of the guys are your own homegrown guys, you know, 3 of the 5, you know. But adding Durant and Cousins this year, man. Whew.
Yeah. And even so, there were I remember way back there were speculations. Yeah, LeBron could go to the Warriors. That was before the DeMarcus trade,
right,
or the signing.
Yeah,
that would have been insane.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron would have wanted that on his resume either, though. And I think that's one of the reasons why I think what Kevin Durant might want out is I think he wants to do it on his own again. Wants to try it one more time on his own. I don't
New York possibly.
I've heard. I don't want to upset him. But I think that's a possibility. Like Durant likes the big markets. He does. He likes he'd rather be in the big market. So yeah, I could see him doing it. He's got other interests other than just basketball. So I could see him going to New York. I could see him trying to be. But if he thinks that the media is bad in Golden State, for God's sake, in Oakland, the Oakland San Francisco area, can you imagine it in New York? Every goddamn day they're going to ask him stupid questions. Yeah. So yeah.
I've heard him and Kyrie are looking at New York, and Anthony Davis and Clay were looking at LA.
Yeah, I don't see Kyrie staying with New Orleans with Boston either.
No.
And I think that's a win. I think it's a win for Boston. I think there's something about that mix of talent that doesn't work. They made to the freaking the Eastern Conference Finals last year without him, and it's like, hey, you know what? They were good, and they had that, and that's the thing. That brings me back to the Lakers again too, as it always does. Is that the Lakers had a good nucleus before LeBron came. They were moving in the right direction. And LeBron comes and he stagnates everything, and then he puts into your head that you're not good enough. And guess what? You start playing like you're not good enough.
Yeah.
And then the trading deadline comes and goes, and you're still there. And you're like, oh fuck, they lost by over 40 points.
I know.
Over 40 points.
It was 42, I think it was.
To the game before the trading deadline, because they were all just like, fuck it.
The biggest loss in LeBron's career.
Yep. So,
and then they come back and beat the Celtics on a game winner from Rondo.
LeBron James is a blessing and a curse all in one.
Kind of, yeah.
He absolutely is. I mean, look at.
Do you think he regrets coming to LA now?
No. I think he knew he was coming to LA. I think he'd like it to be better at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, they'll get a free agent. There's no doubt that if their position they have.
Is he really hated in Cleveland again?
I don't think so. No, he was celebrating
because he left on pretty good terms.
No, he brought them their championship.
Brought him a couple, yeah.
No, just one. He only
Just one, but he brought him to the game.
Yeah, he brought him four went 3 years in a row.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
So,
in his last one, that was why he left. He was like,
yeah, J.R. Smith.
Yeah,
J.R. Smith cost me some money that game too. I had
J.R. Smith cost LeBron some money that game too.
I had the Cavs straight up. Cavs straight up in that game. So
we lost a viewer, guys.
Yeah, I know we did. I think Admiral. I don't know if he's still there. If you are, say something. Say something about the Spurs, please, or Ozil Motley. Either way.
I said, get your feet off the chair.
That
was a while back though.
Yeah,
I think that was that. I don't know who that was. Probably for me.
Really?
Probably. Yeah, because I had
somebody actually said that.
Yeah. Oh, that was on the Facebook feed.
Oh, okay. All right. So get your feet off. Yeah, get your feet off the chair.
Get my feet off
maybe that was
chair.
Bernard.
Maybe it wasn't Bernard.
Maybe it was B just telling you. Maybe
it wasn't Bernard. It was Jerry.
Maybe it was just his surrogate telling him.
It was my friend Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry. Hello, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry.
Yeah. So what else? So want to talk about baseball?
Sure. Bryce Harper and the Giants are close.
I think
Bryce talked to the Padres.
I think that Bryce Harper to the Giants makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Plus, they were also in Vegas at the Bellagio having a meeting.
Yeah. That's the best thing about just pursuing Bryce Harper is that every time you have a meeting with him, you have to go to Vegas.
Yeah, right?
Hey, yeah.
He's like, listen,
I've told the story here before. He was in Vegas the last time I was in Vegas, and my buddy took a picture with him and said, "Please sign with the Dodgers," and he smiled and gave a thumbs up.
He's like, maybe.
I don't know. I don't want him on the Dodger, but
You don't want to win the Dodgers.
He's not going to be necessarily a home run hitter because San Francisco is so deep, is such a vast ballpark.
Right.
But he might put up a ton of triples and hit a few shots in McCovey Cove, and he could be a legend again in that city. Yeah. Left-handers tend to do well in that ballpark.
Even so, he was average for the first half of the season. He was hitting like probably 220 something.
Yeah, he's
and
got.
Then after the All-Star break, and that
he does have a horrible batting average in San Francisco. So that's one of those things. Though, is the pitchers, is it the ballpark or is it the pitchers you're facing?
Yeah, true.
You never know.
And Melky Cabrera is going to the minors.
For who?
The Pirates.
Melky 50 game. I think he's a 100 game suspension kind of guy.
He did. He was a 50-game suspension.
I thought he got popped twice. He was the first guy that got popped and then couldn't play in the postseason.
Yeah,
correct?
he got a.
Or was he the reason why they have that rule? I think he may be the reason.
He's the reason why they had that rule
Yeah.
because he only got a 50-game suspension. That was back in 2012.
Yeah, it was when he was with Kansas City, correct?
No, Giants.
I was with
Yeah.
Giants. Okay.
And he's played 78
Technically,
games
yes.
last season. He pretty much hit his career average last season.
What 220?
No, 286.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
286, 6 home runs, 39 RBIs. That's not bad for 78 games.
The Dodgers signed AJ Pollock, which is a great signing. AJ
Right.
Pollock is the biggest name signing I think this offseason so far. Correct? Am I wrong? Is there any?
Josh Donaldson's pretty
Josh
good.
Donaldson is not even close. So contrarian, that's not even in the same ballpark. When a guy who couldn't get off a disabled list off for the last 3 years.
Oh, it's not called disabled list anymore.
Oh,
by the
yeah,
way.
I know. That's where
Injury list, but
right.
Oh, that's right. Can't be called disabled anymore. Oh, and then Brett Lawry's back in the league.
Brett Lawrie, he's solid. Yeah.
He's back in the league. Yeah, he hasn't played for 2 years, and he signed with the Brewers.
Very
Right,
nice.
Grandalo's on the Brewers
Yeah.
now. For
Yeah, he turned down the 1 year. He turned down the 1 year deal with the Dodgers for $18 million, and then signed a 1 year deal with the Brewers for $18 million. I can't believe somebody gave him $18 million. But hey, you know what? Go
I
for
mean,
it.
whatever. Take it.
There was a pitcher for the Nationals. I know that was a pretty good name. Corbin, yeah, Patrick Corbin.
Patrick Corbin, yeah, but Patrick Corbin is still he's not. AJ Pollock was the best offensive player on the board, not named Bryce Harper or Manny Machado. Okay, and he's a great defender too. None of the big name Dallas Keuchel hasn't signed. Jesus.
But I was like
Gio Gonzalez hasn't
like we
signed.
said before the break, though. There's actually been a trend of like you're seeing like the big name talent. They're just not worth as much as they were a couple years ago. Those big contracts, they're going away.
Absolutely. The only way you're getting big contracts is from your own team now.
Yeah.
The other teams aren't willing to take the risk. There are 20.
No, it's not like back when Josh Hamilton got fucking $200 million and all that kind of shit.
And the Angels are still be out there. The Angels are still going to fucking do shit because the
They
Angels,
got Jonathan Lucroy.
Right.
Yeah, but they're not. But it's not going to be as insane. Like that's what I'm saying. That's why Bryce Harper is still sitting on the market. That's why you're seeing the bigger players still on the market without teams.
Bryce Harper's an idiot if he doesn't go back to the Washington Nationals at this point.
He won't.
Because if you want to go play for San Diego or San Francisco, and I find you're a West Coast guy, I get that part.
Yeah.
The team that's going to continue to win, and
The Giants have a better shot at getting into a series.
Possibly,
Yeah.
but they still have a lot of really bad contracts in the Giants.
I agree.
And the pitchers keep getting injured.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
riding dirt bikes.
Samardzija, Melanson, Posey.
Well, if we're going to say Harper goes to a team with shitty pitching, let's put him on the Angels.
Well,
Because like
if I don't know if the Angels could.
MLB The
couldn't.
Show put Harper on every single team in the league. And I know they showcased the AL West. When he was on the Angels, they won the World Series.
no shit.
Every
Okay,
other
maybe
team,
put him
they
on the
missed
fucking
the
Angels.
Astros, they lost in the ALCS. Every other team, they had like 10 wins more.
So
That was it.
if you get Harper, Trout, and Ohtani,
Right.
that's solid.
It is. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, there's no way that he'll. I mean, to be fair though, like the Angels weren't even in the discussion for fucking what's his name
Pujols.
for Pujols. They
Yes.
weren't even in the discussion. Then all of a sudden, it's like he signed him with the Angels, and it's like,
But the Angels,
how?
no one ever thinks the Angels, and that's the
That's
thing.
true.
And the Angels need to go out and sign Dallas Keuchel and who's the closer for Boston? I think
Kimbrel.
Kimbrel, Craig Kimbrel.
no, he just got a minors deal.
No, Kimbrel didn't sign a minors
Hold
deal.
on.
No, Kimbrel hasn't signed yet, and it wouldn't be a minors deal.
Yeah, you're right,
He's
you're
the
right.
best closer in baseball.
Philly's making some moves. So is Mets.
Philly's getting JT
Lot of
Realmuto was
moves.
huge.
And
was huge.
Andrew McCutchen.
That's nothing. I'm sorry. It's a body at this point. It might take up the space for somebody who is actually going to be good. You know, he's a Josh Donaldson-esque type player. You know, he might have a hot streak in him, but he's not long term set up there. But pitchers and catchers do report this week, so it's pretty exciting.
3 days.
Yeah, pretty exciting. So
That'll be
Or
fun.
if you're listening to this on the 11th, then 2 days.
why would you listen to this on the 11th?
Maybe people.
Why would you
are
ever do
busy
that?
right now.
Why would you ever listen to the show if it wasn't live? That just seems weird.
Just stupid, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would never listen to the show if it
just
wasn't
weird.
live. I mean, are you listening? Are you listening to the show right now?
You mean the like
Hey,
five
hi
people.
Facebook. No,
Hi,
no, we don't know
people.
who's on Facebook.
Yeah, I looked. It was. There's only one person live watching.
Oh man, is that you? Because you were
No,
watching.
it's not me. I might have been actually. It might have been to be fucking honest with you.
You know what? I've said it before. I'll say it again. We'll start pumping this shit up. We'll start promoting it when we know we can. We'll be in here at least 3 out of 4 weeks. You know, that'd be a good thing. You know, our
I still like this. Miami Marlins president begs fans to give the team a chance.
yeah. And is the president's name Derek Jeter? Yeah. He's president or
no?
He's president of baseball operations, isn't he? Or he's just part owner.
Encarnacion went to a different team too. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
Edwin?
Yes.
Yeah, he went to another. I think another offensive team, but his numbers have gone down the last couple of years too. But it's just amazing how there's so many good players still available. Now last year, JD Martinez didn't sign until February 28th. You know.
Oh yeah. What is it? Murray hasn't signed yet. It hasn't even reported.
Who's that?
Murray, the Oakland's top pick.
Oh yeah,
hasn't even reported yet.
No. He doesn't have to yet, but he's already going to the NFL combine.
Yeah.
So I think his heart is with the NFL, and I think that's where he's going to end up. He wasn't even the best baseball player on his team.
But here's my thing though. Let's say you're a 2-sport athlete in college, right?
I was. Yeah.
Okay, but you're badass at both, enough to get drafted on both sides of the fence, right?
Sure.
Why the fuck would you go to the NFL? Ever?
The glory is better in the NFL.
Who gives a shit? Go get one contract. One good contract in the MLB will be more than 2 top players in the NFL will ever make.
If you're a first rounder in football, you get I want to say it's like $15 to $20 million guaranteed.
Fair enough.
You know, so you're not guaranteed that in baseball.
No, your immediate earnings in the NFL are bigger.
Right.
But if you play for 3 good years,
if he's just okay.
Even if he's just okay.
Baseball gets, I think, 5 years of control.
Right.
And that's one of those things, too, is that when you have like those Cody Bellinger and Corey Seager type of early success,
yeah,
they don't have to pay you. And you could be still working 2 years afterwards on a $1 million salary.
Right.
You know, they bumped these guys up, you know, like
but
after
then
they had their
even
monster rookie years to $1 million.
Yeah, but then even like a kind of shitty deal after that is over $100 million.
But not anymore. That's what
No.
about.
It's gone down from the $300 million range, but you're still seeing some 9-figure contracts.
You really don't anymore. And that's the whole point.
No, because you're not seeing like the 7-year $175 million.
Right.
What you're gonna see more of is like 3 years $65 million.
Right.
You're gonna see that.
Right. And I have no problem with that.
Yeah, short-term big money. You're still gonna see the 20 and 30 million a year.
Do you want to pay Bryce Harper $40 million for 5 years? I'd say do it.
No, he won't get that low.
No, so I'm saying, I would like to say, if the Dodgers were willing to give him a 5-year contract for $40 million a year, I'd say do it in a second.
No, you'll get 2 years, $40 million out of Bryce Harper. That's what you'll get.
Right. No, but I'm saying,
do it for 2 years.
He wants 10. He wants 10 years.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Right. And the only reason why Eric Hosmer is playing in San Diego,
if he wants 10 years, go But if he wants 10 years, go talk to the Nationals.
I don't think the Nationals were willing to give him.
Yeah, but they're the only team that would. His team.
No. He's been offered 10 years from 3 different teams.
Has he really?
San Diego, the White Sox, and the Phillies have all offered him the 10
all low money though for 10 years. I'm sure.
Probably not the $350 to $400 million that he wants.
Well, no, it's probably like high money in the first couple of years, and then it goes down as he gets older. And that's what they should have fucking done with Pujols, by the way. If they were going to offer him that money, they should have said, "I'm gonna pay you $35 million your first year." And then it's going to go to 32.5. And then by your 7th year, you're going to be making $18 million. I'm letting you know.
Which is smart.
That would have been the way to do it. Yeah, fucking scale it down. Just go listen. You're 31.
You're super valuable right now.
Yeah.
And we're going to sell a shit ton of jerseys right now.
Yeah, you're 31 and you want a 7-year deal.
You think there will be more than 7 Pujols jerseys sold this year?
Yeah, right.
I mean, like literally, like you. I mean, I guess
in Southern California, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a hard time to
People
think.
need to upgrade them, you know, like guys break up with girlfriends and they get sliced up and ruined and stuff like that. So that's honestly the only reason you're buying jerseys.
Right, but again, if you're going to need to buy a jersey, you're going to buy a Otani or you're going to buy a
That's true.
You're going to buy a
Calhoun
Trout.
is pretty popular.
You're always going to buy
He's
a
a
Trout
contrarian.
jersey.
No one's buying Cole Calhoun either. Okay.
But it's like for me, it's like I had to go and find a Jimmy Graham jersey on fucking eBay from when he was on the Saints because my ex-wife wore it, and now I won't wear that tainted piece of shit.
Wow, what a whore.
Well, I mean, seriously, like, why would you wear my jersey? That's my fucking jersey. Don't ever touch my shit.
And that's when we start relationship talk.
That's all I'm saying. Like, that's
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And seriously, by the way, when she wore that jersey, that was the year we had the historically worst defense ever in the NFL, and I was like, it's your fucking fault, bitch.
Yeah.
It's your fuck. Oh, and that was the same year Jimmy Graham got traded
To the Seattle SuperSonics.
Yeah. And I was sitting there and I was like, you bitch, you ruined my team.
That's fantastic. coolers here.
Is it Chaotic Radio ones?
Yeah, no, it's Christie's Community. I don't know what that means. Christie's
I don't
Community.
know what that is either.
Free advertising there for Christie's
Community, and it's a motorcycle and a house.
Hold on, yeah, it looks like it.
I'm going to assume it's an insurance service.
I don't know. It's Christie.
I'm going to go with insurance.
Maybe it is a like
insurance plan.
Angie's List type of thing. Like it's like a network thing where it's community. It's a community type thing.
I like it.
Next door
like
app.
it.
it's sort of like, hey, it's the community app for whatever you need.
It's sort of like the AAF of Angie's List.
Do you? Speaking of the AAF, was that game over yet?
The AAF of Angie's List.
Oh, they're still going.
No, it's probably no, because they're actually pretty quick. The games are only like 2.5 hours.
That's what I did here as well. They want to make them 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So
well, because there's no television timeouts, and because the commercials during the games actually cost more than most other like professional sports because there's fewer of them.
Ooh, during our show next week is San Diego, Atlanta at San Diego.
That's going to be
pretty exciting.
San Diego kind of sucks.
Dude, the week after that at San Diego.
Yeah.
We need to catch
how many interceptions were there during that game yesterday? I think there was like 6 or 7, right, between the two quarterbacks.
Can we go Saturday, March 9th, Salt Lake at San Diego?
I can do it.
Dude, I'm down.
$35. Check out the tickets.
I'm down.
Click on it, baby.
Yeah, I want to see.
Apparently, it's $35 50-yard line package.
Tickets prices may fluctuate.
Yeah, that's fine. Just show us the shit. $35, right? All the way across the board.
65 right there.
That's not bad.
20 tickets right there. Let's see. 45 on the other side.
I'm down.
65 level up there. There's just nothing available right there. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I think they're limiting it so that it looks like you're more crowded.
Oh yeah, I'll guarantee you the top. We should get where my Chargers tickets were. My Chargers tickets.
You know
what
I still laugh about?
Right
Remember the movie The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, I do.
So that was right when the XFL came out, and like the XFL was like the big fucking league, and they were like, "Oh, we've got Johnny Flamer or whatever the hell his name was, and he was the first $100 million quarterback." And I was like, "Oh my god, that was awesome."
I enjoyed the XFL. I enjoyed it. We actually had.
You mean because the guy got injured on the first fucking play ever?
We actually had tickets to the LA Express, correct?
I think is what it was.
LA Express, yeah.
No, that was USFL.
Yeah. LA Extreme.
Yeah.
LA Extreme. We had the former UCLA quarterback Tommy Maddox.
Yeah.
Tommy Maddox was the quarterback.
Hey, he was the MVP of the league.
Right.
Yeah.
And we won the championship, and it was just fun.
Yeah.
It was back when you were allowed to be sorry ladies, you were still allowed to be overly cocky guy.
You could be machismo a little bit.
Misogynistic. There was basically strippers being as the cheerleaders.
Oh, totally, yeah.
And it was not.
I think he said they're not going to do that this time around.
Right, they're not.
They're not.
You know what also had that? The Arena Football League was like that too. I went to a KISS game.
It still kind of is.
The Anaheim KISS. I don't know if that team's still around because I haven't heard about it.
Well, the LA KISS is a Legends Football League team.
Legends.
Yeah, the formerly Lingerie Football League.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they were playing.
Which, side note, if you ever want to look up some solid fucking hits,
yes,
they play.
Yes, they do.
Man, they play.
They're
like you see those running backs. There's still like a few like the hot littler girls that play. There's still a couple of them in the league, and then you'll see like a fucking running back who's like in shape and hot.
Yes.
But she will mow that bitch down.
I want to know what these girls do for their day jobs.
Mow bitches down. That's what they do.
Because they are some badass.
Holy shit.
Hot chicks. Like oh my god.
Yeah. Like they fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like they will fuck you up.
I don't want to play football against them.
No, I definitely
wouldn't. I mean, maybe a lineman. You know, maybe I could be a lineman.
No,
do a little.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, like they have the sports bra and like.
God, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so. Well, it's
because somebody was asking me the other day, they were like, is there like a female football league that's like real football like the NFL? And I was like, yeah, Legends Football League. And it really is. It's
really
real
called Legends Football League now?
It's called Legends Football League, yeah.
So what, it was too offensive to call it the Lingerie Football League?
I think it just lost its thing. You know, I think it just lost its edge for that. Because it's not lingerie anymore. It used to be like there weren't even really pads. It was just like pretty girls playing football. Now watch a video. Check a video.
That's fantastic.
I know. Like they still have their undies on and shit like that.
That's fantastic.
Like, sort of.
Yeah. No,
but it's like they will fuck you up, man.
A minute 24 here. Let's go. Let's see.
Yeah. Like it's some crazy shit. Like they just go nuts, man.
Yeah.
That's not even a good video. Like I don't know why you're watching.
I don't know why. Hey, because I picked video and that
go to YouTube, man.
Oh, I'm only gonna get the. Let's see.
There's YouTube. Yeah, do that.
Yeah. Let's see, 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah, but it's fucking crazy, dude. Like the hits and fights, like they mow shit down.
Yeah. They're just so solid. It's like
but they're all hot.
A couple of them look like ex-penitentiary girls, you know.
Yeah, but I'd still go after it.
Yeah. What is wrong with that?
I know. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, there's nothing. Sorry, honey.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, here's my thing.
I like how their number are on their boob.
Yeah, but I think women would like respect it slightly more, like if they just rolled the jersey down over their boobs, and they didn't have to show the sports bra. I think that would be. But you know what I will say? Like, I've watched. Like, they actually have like the full games on YouTube.
Oh, she was scary.
But they have the full.
That girl was gorgeous.
But they have the full games on YouTube, right? Like the full couple-hour games, right? You never see a nip slip. I got to give it to him on that. Like, that never happens. So I got to respect it.
Oh, man.
I mean, it is arena football.
Dude, but that's fantastic, those hits.
Yeah. Boom. See what I mean? Like that. Like some of the little girls are still there and they get mowed down.
I mean, you're a single man.
Right.
Could you ever go out with somebody who plays?
Totally would.
You'd go out with a girl like that?
100%.
Oh, man.
You know why?
She'd kick your ass.
No, not even that.
What'd you say, Scott?
No, here's my thing.
What'd you say, honey?
But here's my thing.
Fuck you up.
If we were in a bar and shit was about to go down, she'd be like, "Are you gonna fucking help me? Not, are you going to take care of this for me? It's do you want to join in? Because I'm about to beat that ass." And I'd be like, "I'll throw some kicks."
I like to be with a girl, and I married that type that would never get into a fight at a bar.
True,
and,
true. But I'm just saying it's kind of nice to be like, I don't have to worry about like, do I have to like step up and like get in a fight with a 7-foot guy, or like, as a couple, we're gonna kick his ass together.
Being the 6'3" giant man that I am, people always expected me to clean up their dirty work. And I'm like, I don't fight. Okay,
like just letting you know that's not gonna work.
I would like to talk our way through this if possible. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. So yeah, I could never date somebody like that because
I totally would. 100%.
I'm afraid. Yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I know.
Like
but like the solid passing, great running game. Like I like it. Like look at this shit. Like
it's only 50-yard field.
Yeah, because it's arena.
I remember looking up the tickets, and tickets were very expensive.
They are. Yeah. Well, actually, some of the teams are really good.
It was more expensive than the AAF. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
it was
for sure.
It was over $100 for a decent seat in a stadium, and you'd want to have a decent seat.
And you remember that we had an arena football team for a minute?
The LA. I'm telling you, I saw
and it was at the Citizens Bank Arena. No, like an actual arena football team.
The LA Kiss was an arena football team.
No, it was the Ontario something.
No,
I had season tickets to it. It was the Ontario something.
You're telling me that the LA Kiss was not, and I saw.
No, I'm not saying they weren't. I agree with you that they are.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So
we actually had like an arena football team. It was like the Ontario something.
I have a bobblehead in my home.
And here's what's funny:
from the game I went to,
we won because I had season tickets. We won the first 4 games that we played, all by like 40 plus. Like we were decimating teams, and then they got that team got suspended from the league, and I was like, that's all Ontario had. Like that was our football, man.
4.1 million views on this bad boy.
I'm telling you, yeah, because it's bad fucking ass, dude.
God, I should play with volume next time. This is awesome.
I think we're gonna have to critique the LFL next week.
I think I forget that minor league shit that Bernard's trying to hook us up with. We need to start interviewing these girls.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Come on.
Get us some Legends Football League players.
Come on, comrade. You need to start getting. You do women's.
Well, hold on. I'm sure B's listening.
Women's volleyball and women's softball. We need to get into women's football.
No, but look at that. It goes right to the AAF. But I actually want to believe that Bernard's listening right now. And Bernard, if you're listening, we would like to interview some Legends Football League players from the local team, just to show some city pride.
City pride.
That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Like, we're not asking her to wear the outfit. I think that's wrong.
No, I mean, if she's in studio, yeah.
She can bring the outfit on a hanger and show it to us. I'm down.
I will have no problem being stern.
Listen, I'm being a respectful man here. She can bring the outfit and show us what the proper attire is, but she doesn't need to change into it.
No. I think she should be wearing it. I will be the stern of the show. That's fine. I'm the Jew.
As a woman who will beat the shit out of you, I'm going to go ahead and say you wear whatever you want, darling.
As stern, I'll just go be over here like I wouldn't touch you, but I want to see you in it,
No, I'm good.
That was the LA Avengers for a bit. I don't see anything in Ontario.
Yeah. So I do on my counter at home. For some reason, I never sold it. I was thinking about selling it on eBay because anything Kiss makes some money. I have an LA Kiss bobblehead. It's a former Kiss member that wasn't Gene Simmons or
God,
or Stanley, and but I'm telling you, I took my dad to the game. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
being so close to the action, it was super loud. They came out on Harleys. Oh. They had a bunch of guys on Harleys come out. They had like I said, like.
And that's kind of the thing that outside of the NFL, like other leagues like arena football and stuff like that, like it's fun.
Yep.
To go to those games. It's fun. You don't know who the fuck you're rooting for. You don't know who the players are. You're just there purely because you enjoy the sport, which I kind of like.
And this was the first play of this league, right? Is that what you're telling me? Oh,
Yeah.
Knocked his helmet off.
Yeah.
That is an absolute concussion, and
Well, luckily, though, it wasn't helmet to helmet. His helmet came in under the mask
right.
and knocked it off. And it wasn't. He was actually fine. He played the rest of the game.
yeah. All right. Well, it's 7:57.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's no wrestling show.
we're good.
Apparently, there's no wrestling show coming in today. You got some playoff music there for us, D. And then, hey, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit, for a lot, whatever it was. Appreciate you, Caesar, for listening and watching us. And
another random watcher.
Another random watcher. We do appreciate you so much.
And the 7 people that watch us on YouTube, I think. I think there was 7 total at one point.
Seven total?
Yep.
Wait,
There's 7.
we had 7 right here, this number?
No, on Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook. Oh, you
Facebook.
Said, you said YouTube.
I did because I'm stupid. I didn't mean
No,
to.
no, you're not stupid. You're just slow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Man, so, yeah, we're either going to be at an LFL game or an AAF game here.
That's happening.
Coming up. I've got no. Oh, look! You can buy. Look at that. You want to get section P44? $20.
Perfect.
Are these all in prices, or do you have to pay service fees? Let's see.
Plus fees.
2 tickets.
Each plus fees.
Sit tight. We're securing your verified tickets. Let's see.
That's how we're finishing the show. We're going to buy AAF tickets.
No problem.
And then listen, we would say we were going to give them away to our viewer, but it's just a guy.
So 2 $20 tickets is basically $10 in fees. It
That's not
basically costs
bad.
you $60. So
$60 for 2 tickets to a professional football game is not bad.
Yeah,
but like real football, not like a 50-yard field arena football.
Right. But you'd have to go to San Diego, and that stadium's horrible. But it's great tailgating.
It's
oh
actually,
my God, the tailgating's
it's not
amazing.
It's not horrible if you're in one of the skyboxes.
I had season tickets for 5 years. It's horrible.
Yeah, but in the skybox, it's nice.
We're not getting Skybox tickets.
No, we're not getting Skybox tickets.
I don't even know if they'd have Skybox for that.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably.
All right, everybody. Time to go home. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Adios. Vaya con
Bye-bye.
Dios.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Food now.
Play some music. Play us off somehow. We got some music over there?
Literally anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
You want us to sing? We'll sing along. I mean,
I'll take Thunderstick, that beer song. Beer's good.
I don't know that song.
Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good.
How about
and stuff.
Thunder. Brian Johnson coming back to AC/DC.
Is he really?
That was announced this week.
Josh,
Yeah?
turn these lights out.
Whoa, what's this? Hold on.
Fucking rock concert.
Whoa.
Ready to stand up.
That's fucking Eddie Vedder, goddammit! Woo! Even blow.